Danger. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Coffee cheers and welcome to the classiest place on earth. How the fuck are you? Ooh, she tired. How are you? Take your fucking
Did you
joy.
take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee
Good
you'll be able to go as
morning.
smooth as velvet.
The post office doesn't have any of our not one package is in our mailbox. I don't even know what to do about it. Like, what do you do about it? I'm just angry. Nothing. I even told them some of it's perishable. I lied. Couldn't even get it. Fuck my life, right? Good morning. Everything froze? No. Is it better? Dude, I'd give you my address at this point, BDO. I know you're not creepy, and this is just I mean, I don't want to be mad because I feel bad for them. It is one dude, but this is almost 3 weeks now. I mean, where the fuck is my package? Where is it in this post office? That's my only question. Like, and yours isn't the only one. I've had a couple things shipped, and there's like 5 packages just not there. It's the only thing that gives me comfort, and it's not really comfort. It's just that the post office literally sucks everywhere. Like, I remember in Baltimore, it was a nightmare going to the post office. Like, I literally wanted to die every time I went not because they weren't sorted, but it was always like a 10-person line, and it was an hour trip at least to go pick up shit at the post office. And I remember it, and I'm glad it's not different here. As fucked up as that is. I know! I want it too. I don't even know what coffee I'm drinking. I'm drinking some fucking Skag coffee that was put in like a container that used to hold licorice. Good fucking morning, Kills. How are you, love? Bulvy, thank you. Bless your heart. Is you gay? Bitch.
I'm so fucking gay I can't even start to tell you.
Hi, gay. Yeah, we wouldn't. In the bedroom or just hanging out. Hi, gay.
I dive muff so deep I've drowned several times. I suck dick so hard the owners turn into a Capri Sun dented in and shit. What's up? Follow-up questions? Thank you. I broke it. I don't know how I did this, but somehow I chipped it. My mom got it for me for Christmas. It's so good. It holds two Keurigs. It's a good cup. Good morning, Koshiro, and cheers. Yeah, I'm just curious, like, is I gay? Maybe. Ooh, it reminds me of when I nearly panicked when I took forever for my crochet gloves to get to you. Dude, I feel that spiritually. I mean, it reminds me of like poor LZT trying to ship shit and it getting lost. It's just the mail is, I mean, I have a lot of opinions. What the fuck is this? Get the fuck out of here, weird music. Anyways, good morning, Zoe. How are you, my love? 1 hour left at work, only a couple hours of sleep, surviving. Oh God, Gemini. I didn't sleep too well. I stayed up real late last night. I don't know why. I think we made dinner really late. Like, we didn't eat until like 11 o'clock at night. I just noticed the hair. Wow, this is what happens when I fall asleep with wet hair. Holy crap. Okay. I didn't look in a mirror yet. It's fine. Other than makeup, it's fine. Good morning, Luker. How are you, love? I went to bed with wet hair. Do you have curly hair like me? I blow dry the curl out of my hair usually, but if I leave it natural, it's definitely kind of this. What do you call that? That's not a curl. That's just damage. I think it's just damage. I don't know. My hair is naturally curly, but the bleach usually kills it. Like, every time I bleach my hair, all the curl goes away. It's very sad. Bleach ruins hair. Just fucked, want more. Oh, I mean, it's not a lie. Just my curls. Damn, you know what? I'm just gonna not. I can feel my hair. It feels like, have you ever like touched a static ball and your hair like goes bleh? That's what it feels like my hair is doing. It feels like it's like hovering on top of my head. It's weird. I'm not used to it. I've been straightening my hair for the better part of 20 years. Just fucked want more is CK's general state of being. Amen. Yeah, that's probably my baseline emotion. And then you just like we go up or down from there. Yeah, 100%. Ooh, anybody got advice? The company I work for, company got acquired. The deal closes next year. No major changes so far, but it's still a strange situation for me. You know, someone else in the community just went through something like this. Was it Kills? Kills, was your company doing something like that? Like they were, there's a term for it. It's like reorganizing, something. I can't remember what it was, but I mean, I would wait it out. I wouldn't jump the gun on anything. I would wait it out and see like if they start having like what's the word? Like company reorganization and stuff like that. I would wait it out just to see. I wouldn't do anything drastic right away. You know what I mean? I can't do well, I can almost do handlebars, but it's not all of it. It's not long enough. Dude, growing I like this is honestly, I've been meaning to ask like dudes because I don't know any women who have shaved their head and then grown it out, just like let it grow and not gotten it cut again. Like is this just a hell you deal with? Oh, I love the pashy. It is. Okay. I was just curious. I was just like, cause this is literally, I haven't had my hair cut in like almost 2 years now. The last time I had it cut was that super short red pixie cut. Not even kidding you. That's the last time I went to a hair salon. I don't even know how long ago that was. But yeah, this hair length, this like the grow out of a practically shaved head is hellscape. Like nothing is the same length. All your hair is in this like, the fuck is happening? Me too. Oh my god, my ends are so dead. This shit. It's so hard for me to find someone I trust doing my hair. I found someone in Baltimore finally and then moved. I just go until I get tired of it. See, and that's, for me, I'm getting to the point where I can almost get the entire thing in a ponytail. So that's me, that's my, like, I can't handle it anymore. I'm just putting it in a ponytail every day. So I'm almost there. I can get it almost up. I can get all the top, but then I end up with, like, that dumb little mullet. This. The fuck is that? Almost. I'm almost there. Ugh. I'll get there eventually. See, and that's the problem. Everyone I know has fucking like hairstylists like across the city or somewhere really far away. And like it takes a lot for me just to go to a hairstylist, let alone drive 3 hours for it or whatever. I know. It sucks. I wear my beanie all the time. My beanie is the only thing I do. I can't do headbands. I get a headache. There's no headband that doesn't like push into my temple right here, and it fucking gives me a massive migraine. But yeah, you've seen my hood. You've seen it. My beanie from Germany, Glut, that I've had for 50 million years. It's my favorite thing ever. This is probably one of my most treasured items. Like, I always know where this is in my house at any time of year. Because it's the only beanie I've ever found in my entire life that fits all my hair. It's the best. It's got a little blue bowl. But I got it in Germany, and it's just the best. I wear it all the time, literally just to get my fucking bangs out of my face. Because I can't stand having hair in my eyes. It just drives me nuts. I live like this when I'm not streaming. When I'm streaming, I have my earbuds in, so it bugs me. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm here for beanie season. Bring it. Oh, I love beanie season. Let me just cover my head all the time. So, now that I look like I've stuck my finger in a light socket, good morning, Lemillion. How are you, love? Elwood. Holy shit, 24 months. How the fuck?
What is time, though, and why? Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive. Giving an anus swings for 2 fucking years? Holy shit.
Oh, I ain't covering my hair today. You good, Glut. I mean, Glut, excuse me, Greg. Same G. Sorry. Not even the same G. Kind of. Anyways, I'm not. Don't worry about it. I can't wear my beanie and have these specific earbuds in. Like these IEMs, because I don't know if you guys can tell, they kind of stick out pretty far. I have a really small ear though. Like maybe these are supposed to actually lay inside of an ear if you had a normal adult size ear. I do not. And when I wear a beanie, it like just pushes on it, and I just realized I didn't put my gauges in. Anyways, we're gonna live with cat buttholes today. Yeah, I can't do it. I have to have like my little. I have little these guys. If I wear my beanie, I have these like Samsung. They look like beans. I just call them the beans. They're little Mexican jumping beans. But these lay in my ear flat, so I can actually wear it beanie. But I can't. Don't worry, you're safe. You're safe. I can't do it. What that hair do, dude, Zoe, you know I used to call my hair the Shakira? Because it just gets bigger. Like, when my hair was to here, my hair was like, it was about ass crack length. It just keeps getting bigger. Like, my hair doesn't just get long, it goes out. It's so disgustingly thick. And so on days where I washed my hair and, like, had to blow dry it and shit, I'd tweet, like, gotta take care of the Shakira today, we're running massively late. Because it would take 3 hours to blow dry my hair. Because I'd literally have to take breaks so I didn't pass out. Because I'd have my head upside down with a brush just sitting there for an hour, just trying to get it to be dry. Because it's so dense, I can't leave my hair wet. Like, I have to dry it. It will just mold. I'm afraid my head's gonna fucking mold. I don't know if it will, but my hips do not lie. This is facts. My hair doesn't lie either. No. This is a curse that I will live with my whole life, is this. I have like 10 people's worth of hair on my head. It's disgusting. The last time I got my hair done, the lady finished, the last time I got it done when it was long, she finished cutting it and dyeing it, and she goes, "You don't want me to dry it, do you?" I was like, "Bitch, I'm paying you like $300. Dry my hair. Just do it once for me." It's a nightmare, Glut. Blow drying sucks. The only like, when my hair was a little bit shorter than this, I didn't have to blow dry it. It would air dry. But now that it's got this, like, I don't know, how many inches of grow out is that? I don't know, like 4 inches of grow out. All that 4 inches of like healthy hair at the base stays wet. And I feel like my head's gonna mold. I know it's not going to. I know that's like I know that's a psychosis. Like, in my head, my hair's not gonna fucking mold. But I feel like it's going to, because literally I'll wake up in the morning and my scalp will still be wet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it still wet? And it's just like, I mean, dense. She's a dense hoe. Loogies. Blow drying hair. Wait. Your hair does not do that? What do you mean, does not do what? Do what, Rod? What do you mean? I posted a joke at the end of your stream yesterday. Oh my god, Nick, do you want to repost it? What was it? Did I see it? I don't know if I saw it. But I want it. Helltar with that fucking resub. 29 months.
How? I feel like we're counting down to an actual child at this point. What the fuck?
Dear ClassyKatie, even after 2 years, for me at least, this song might best say it all. You're still the one that makes us laugh. Still the one, that's our better half. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. You're still the one that makes us strong. You're still, I'm gonna cry. Still the one we want to take along. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. Yes, you are still the one. After 8 years of streaming, you guys are still the one. And that's saying a lot. You guys are like my longest friendship in the world. Like, ever. That is saying a lot. What's the difference between jelly and jam? You can't jelly a dick down your throat. Hold on, for those that didn't hear that. What's the difference between jelly and jam? You can't jelly a dick down your throat. Is that a challenge? I'll try. I'll give it my best. My hair stays wet towards the scalp too. It's like, if I air dry, it's like 4 hours. Me too. Do you have like asininely dense hair? I always whenever I like schedule a hair appointment, I always tell them my hair is horsehair. And I know lots of girls and lots of people in general probably come in and they're like, my hair's like super thick. Mine is actually that thick. Like, you're going to start cutting it and you're going to hate me and never want me to come back. I feel like I need to warn people because by the end of my hair appointments, the stylist, whatever you want to call them, the hair dyer, the stylist, they have all different like specifications these days within a salon, but they're exasperated by like the weight of my hair. And it makes me feel bad. I'm like, I don't know what to do about it. Just help me. But it always makes me feel bad. Like, I feel guilty getting my hair cut. Like, I'm like, sorry, you're gonna work today. My bad. Challenge accepted, I'm saying. Oh my god. Oh, dog farts are the worst. Why? Normal thickness and thin strands. Interesting. My sister's stays really wet too, though. Hers is as thick as mine, but it's like, she has really fine, thick hair. So she actually probably has more hair than I do. You know what I mean? Lemillion, thank you so much for subbing to class, keeping the class alive, and giving it Swings for 33 fucking months. Dude, literally.
Sub baby number 4, we're gonna eat that shit for dinner. It's gonna be delicious. Good morning, David. How are you? Good morning, Kinger. How are you doing?
I swear by the brush on the left, it's fucking amazing. Wait, what is it? For hair? The brush on the left. Like, can I blow dry on top of that brush? Or is it just for, like, brushing hair? Because I'm into it. Like, my hair is a tangled fuck story. All the time. Especially all the hair, like, below my ears. This hair, right here, it dreadlocks. If I don't wash it and condition it regularly, this hair right here literally turns into a dreadlock. Just from, like, being under all the other hair and rubbing on my neck. It's insane. Working and lurking, nice. I have a good work and lurk. I hope it's not too stressful. Enjoy your hair. I'm losing my morn every day. I try never to take it for granted because I know there's people out there losing their hair that would kill to have a modicum of my hair. I get it. It's always greener, right? I don't want to be bald. I just like I can't have my hair long anymore because it gives me migraines. That's how heavy my hair is. When I cut it off, it was 5 pounds. And my hair was to my ass crack and I cut it off to here. I did like an inverted bob. It was 5 pounds. The braids, all the braids put together were 5 pounds. So if I put my hair in a bun on the top of my head, I would just start to get a fucking horrible migraine. Because it was like, weight. It like tie a ball to your head. I don't know how to do it. It's crazy. It's just like, it kind of sucks. I don't know. I just bitch. I'm just bitching. Ignore me. We're in a hype train? How the fuck? Oh, Kelty! Celtic Wolf just resubbed for 2 years. What are with these epic fucking resubs today?
Thank you so much for resubbing the class, keeping the class alive, and being my friend for so fucking long. Holy shit.
I mean, that brush looks like something I'd use to scratch my back, to be honest. Just me? No? I have a, like, one of those, you know, BDO, how long is your hair right now? That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just seeing, like, how long can I take it? At what point will I actually cut my hair? I don't know. I'm just letting it go. I hate hair. Like, I love doing makeup. I've always loved doing makeup. But hair, I don't give a fuck about. I don't want to do my hair in the morning at all. Like, if I could just wake up with perfect hair, I'd be set. But that's never going to happen with thick hair. It's just a curse. Hold up. You guys are fucking wrecking my channel right now. I gotta catch up. Heltar just gifted a sub to Mayo. Mayo McNasty, you know what the fuck is up. Consensuality, gayness, homosexuality, masturbation, cleaning your hands.
Hi, gay.
All the love. Thank you, Heltar, for gifting a sub in the channel. Glut just gifted a sub to Strumcore. Glut, you silly fuck. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Strumcore. Strumcore, you know what's up. Consensuality, anus swings, awesome emotes, refresh so you don't have to suffer ads. All the cool shit. Thank you. Patient number 9 with the fucking 1,000 bits. Thank you. What the fuck? Thank you very much for your generous tip to the channel. Why? Thank you. Heltar just gifted a sub to fucking Del Lawn. It's even Del Lawn in my head now. I see it as Lawn Del. It's gonna be that. I'm ruined. I'm broken. Thank you for gifting a sub to Lawn Del. I appreciate you. I didn't hate having long hair. No, not at all. The only thing that was annoying was that, like, the more hair you have, the more you have to do with it. So, like, I can go to sleep with just my hair down right now at this length, and wake up and it's not like in a rat's nest and it didn't choke me to death. But like when my hair was really long, I had to sleep with it either in braids, a bun, or a ponytail. Otherwise, it would literally strangle me. Like I would wake up and it was so long, it would go it would be like, what the fucking fuck? No.
I touched myself.
No. Oh, fuck, I didn't save it. I don't have the penetrate yourself alert.
Touch myself to Drew Carey on The Price is Right.
I didn't save it. God damn it, I gotta get that alert back. Thank you Najia, what the fuck? Thank you for gifting 20 subs in the channel, you crazy fuck. What in the shit pants? Thank you. Holy shit. And patient number 9, right before, gifted a sub to Banana Hammock. Or continued a gifted sub from Banana Hammock. I'm really bad at reading. Thank you. And Just Jackie resubbed for 7 months. What the fuck is going on? I'm turning the music up. I'm anxious. Thank you. Crispy, thank you for the 420. What the fuck? Thank you. Five Cat. Matthewsums. Did I say that right? I really hope so. Jay Horton. Twitty Tister. Great name. Loken Cerberus. Evo Caliber. Demont the Rat. The Moose Nugget. Raise the Dead. Kyle Fails Kyles. Big Seaman. Blood Eagle. Shadow Demigod. Vigilante. Michael Fury. Sky Sachos. Lastocratic. Chris Lee. Hurley Burley Plays. And Biffle Splick. You're all butt wizards of the highest order. Please go forth and commit ass mansory consensually because nothing in this world is sexier than pure, sober, consensual everything. What the fuck? Thank you. Patient number 9 just gifted 2,000 bits. Thank you so much for the generous tip of 2,000 fucking bits in my channel. What in the fuck? Thank you. Look, even Lil's disgusted. The fuck? Good fucking morning, I guess. Mayo, thank you for the 169 biddies. What in the shit farts? Frisky Frob just resubbed for 16 fucking months.
Hail the Dank Lord, and thank you so fucking much for resubbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an anus its wings!
Have you guys ever thought about all the buttholes out there that can't fly and how jealous they are? Because I do. All the time. Those are the kind of things I think about regularly. It's just sad. Our buttholes are out there flying through the skies with the geese and the eagles, like elegant creatures of magic and mystery. And everyone else's buttholes are just like on the ground. Depressed. Oh, thank you. I didn't jack my seat up. I'm terrible at this. I love this song. God damn. My playlist is on point today. Thank you for the fucking hype train. Level 5, 129% on level 5 hype train. That's as far as they go. Thank you for the hype train, you crazy fucks, and I appreciate. Oh my god. What kind of story? Wait, what kind of story? Najeel has just redeemed tell a story, which I am very capable of, but if you have like a genre or something, I have a lot. I love Rez. Rez is great. They're part of my they're a big part of this playlist, actually. This is like the Rod. This is my old stream playlist from like before the DMCAing. It's got a lot of really good music on it. I run to it a lot too. A lot of Rez music's good for running. It's got a good beat. Flying high like Snoop Dogg? Fuck yeah, dude, I'm not even high. Should we cheers? Fuck. Where am I? Who am I? Surprise you? Okay, let me think. Give me a few. Can I have a few minutes just to like, I'll think of a cool one. I'll think of one because there's a lot of like weird stories from when I was a kid that never come up that are fucking, to me, hilarious. Where's my bong? Oh, I left my bong in the kitchen. Well, let's take a quick break because I don't have my bong. Fuck. I rinsed it and left it in the kitchen. That's my bad. I really don't have it. Ugh. It's fine. It's in the kitchen. No, I'll wait. Let's take a break real quick. Thank you for the fucking level 5 hype train, my dudes. What the fuck? Thank you. I don't know what to say. That's just thank you. I'm overwhelmed by your support. I don't know another word for it. It seems so stupid to say, but thank you. Fucking thank you. Oh my god, that bunny's cute. Kelty, that's a cute one. The squirrel's cute too. Okay, they're getting better emotes. This makes me happy. Those are cute. Like, for a while there, man, the free Twitch emotes were kind of like, I kind of felt like they were throwing people a bone. You know what I mean? Like, hey, do you want to try your hand at making an emote? And they were like, sure, I'll try my hand at making an emote. And then they made something like, let's see, where's a terrible one? I won't. That's mean. But you know what I mean. Those look cool. I'm glad. Those are adorable. Yeah, I like the new ones. I was just looking through all of them. I like the newer ones that came out. There was a period of time where they were coming out with emotes that were just they're not. I mean, I can't make emotes. I shouldn't judge. But it's like they don't come. You can't tell what the fuck they are until you like click on them and blow them up huge, which is kind of not the purpose of a. Oh, did you guys hear the emoticon turned 40 today? 40. Like the first time anyone did like colon parenthesis. 40 years old today. Does that make you feel fucking old? Oh my god, what is this? Let's cheers to this, just announced. Wait, I'm gonna save it. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go get my bong crispy. Let's take a quick break. Enjoy the music and I'll be right back. I need my bong for this. Thank you for the hype train. I don't deserve you. My stream deck works. I forgot. I'm so happy about that. Welcome back. So, today, because it's almost October, and I really have been wanting to play some of the spooky games I downloaded and installed. I have tons. Like, you guys have gifted me games over the years. I've purchased games over the years. I have so many, hundreds of games I've never played in my Steam library. It's asinine. So last night, I kind of went like self-shopping, you know, when you like shop your own closet or something like that. I went self-shopping in my library. And I sat with Zach and I was like, have you played this one? Have you played this one? Have you played this one? Is it good? Have you played this one? Is it good? Because almost every single game he's tried, like for Indie Sunday or something. And he suggested Control, which I started and it's horrifying.
My normal answers are, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it sounds maybe familiar. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's very rare that there's I totally played that unless he's fucking obsessed with it. Yes, I want good news. Give it. Good morning, Taco. Good morning, Genova. Good morning, Brittany. How are you? Control. Have you ever played Control? The game is literally called Control. And I downloaded it last night and I started it by myself. I was literally just testing. I was like thinking maybe I'll play it on my own. I don't know, just looking for a game. Absolutely not. I'm playing it with you. Like, I can't do this alone. It is not horrifying, but there's enough anxiety-inducing atmosphere stuff that I was just telling Zach, like, I can almost play it alone, but I think I'm going to enjoy it better playing it with my friends because I'm scared. I'm literally like, the game is so weird. I played very, very little. I have no idea what's going on. Zach kind of gave me a rundown of what it is, but I have no idea. Like, so I installed it and we're going to fucking play it. And I'm excited, but very scary. Good morning, CJ. How are you? My mom almost burned down my house. What the fuck? What happened? Ice Penis, are you okay? Mayo, it's nuts. The game is wild. And so for those that have played it, wait. Okay, so I have 2 articles up right now that are good news. Someone gave me good news right before we went for break because I think it was Crispy because I had to go get my fucking bong. But literally, let me just show you. This is what's up on my screen right now. New York Attorney General files civil fraud suit against Trump, some of his children, and his business. New York AG Letitia James sues Donald Trump kids and company. I have never been more horny in my fucking life. Babe, I need a dick to suck. They're related. Is it the same thing, or are they suing for the same thing? New York Attorney General Letitia James filed a civil fraud lawsuit Wednesday against former President Donald Trump, according to court records. The case docket indicates the defendants are Donald J. Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Erica Trump, Ivanka Trump, and people, and other businesses associated with Trump. Damn. The suit, which also named ex-Trump organizer CFO Alan Weisselberg, says the defendants engaged in numerous acts of fraud and misinterpretation in the preparation of Mr. Trump's annual statements of financial condition, covering at least the years 2011 through 2021, according to the court documents filed Wednesday in Manhattan Supreme Court. Damn. Yeah, this makes me so fucking wet. I can't even. Like, I don't want to be inappropriate, but I'm a fucking slip and slide, my dudes. I need a Capri Sun to indent. This is hot. Fuck, dude. Let's cheers to that. I don't know what's in my bong. It's a stoner bowl from last night, but I'm smoking to that because that gives me pleasure. And then I have to read Penis' story because I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm glad you're alive. Jesus. It's more of an action game than a scary game. The atmosphere, you know what it is, Rod? I was thinking about it because, like, I tried to play Outer Wilds and I can't. I physically can't play it. I get so anxious. I can't get out of, like, that anxious, like, that heart rate bullshit. And I think what it is the silence. Games that you're just walking around and it's like almost creepily silent make me fucking nervous. So nervous. And so it really doesn't even matter what's happening in it. It's that like, it's like tension or something. I don't know what it is. It fucking gets me. I can't, like, that's what Outer Wilds, I can't play it. Like, I literally can't get through it. It scares the shit out of me. It's just that silence and the dark space is almost like the ocean, kind of. I don't know. I'm fucked up, man. Little weird things scare me like that. The opening, I know. Honestly, Sales, I'm not even kidding you. Like, I played the first little bit, and then you do the opening, you know, credits, whatever. And I was just sitting here like, I need to be watching this with stream. Like, I liked it. I just wanted to watch it with you guys. Like, this is a game I feel like is going to be way cooler to just experience with you guys. It's wild. There's so much, like, lore and story and stuff. And I played maybe 15 minutes last night. Maybe. It's wild. Silence anytime. 100% silence is more scary. 100% of the time, any day, all the time. Yeah. That dead silence is just like, it sets my everything on edge. Like, my body's like, I'm listening or something. Oh, is there music in it, Sales? I didn't know. Good to know. Streamer mode. Thank you for letting me know. I had no idea. From what I played so far, there was nothing. So good to know. Because games will pick up on the VODs. So we do need to do that. Thank you. Cheers. I appreciate you. Oh, Marie, this is so I get where you're coming from, and I completely, like, kind of agree, but it doesn't help anyone to be fatalistic about it. It does nothing to be fatalistic. Like, being, you know, doom and gloom about it all and just being like, old money will win all the time doesn't help anything. It doesn't help me feel better, and it doesn't help anybody. And I'm not throwing shade. I'm fatalistic as fuck. So I try to at least think positively, like, not, you know, let me put it this way. The most optimistic outcome of all this Trump nonsense is that he can't run. That's all I care about. I just do not want him running for anything ever again. That's it. He can keep his money. He can keep Mar-a-Lago. He can do it. Well, I don't want him in Florida. I like Florida, but you know what I mean? That's what I just don't want him to be able to run for any public office ever again. Because the moment he doesn't have anything to talk about, no one will listen to him because he has nothing. If there's no potential for him to have power, there's nothing there. So the moment something happens that halts his ability to run for anything, I'm good. That's all I want. I would love more, but, you know, I'm trying to be also realistic. It's not being fatalistic. Just hoping this justice system will wipe the Trump. Same. I mean, I would. Dude, We want to talk about like wet dreams of what they would do to the Trump family because we can talk about it all day long. I would love to. Like just to watch them all get put in prison together and like given soap that's extra slippery. I can't. I got to read this real quick. She was boiling duck eggs and didn't tell me. She went to the bathroom and started talking on the phone, completely forgot about it. I smelled burning, ran out of my room. Water completely boiled dry. Whole bottom of pot is black. Eggs were exploded and getting burnt. What the fuck? I'm so glad you're okay, but holy shit. Wow, I'm just happy you're okay. She was in the bathroom the whole fucking time? What the shit? What kind of call was that? Absolutely Mayo, yes. You're a sub, so you get free. You get trust. Thank you. Delicia, I appreciate you. Oh yeah, dude, this My Pillow guy is the fucking nutters, man. I love reading news about him because he's literally insane. Like, I don't know what to do about that. He's a fucking nut. I have no clue, but he's hilarious. His whole he's just it's almost like he's a caricature, right? Like it's almost like he's not fake or not real. It's just crazy. So it says Mike Lindell says vendors are bailing on his My Store platform because they don't want to be associated with an FBI investigation. No shit. My Pillow CEO, excuse me. Mike Lindell told Insider on Tuesday that 4 entrepreneurs whose businesses were set to be listed on his My Store e-commerce platform were pulled out of the plan. Speaking to Insider, Lindell said that the FBI seized his phone at a Hardee's drive-thru last week. That's real. At least 4 businesses have told him that they don't want to deal with his My Store platform. You know, you don't have to have the connection to the FBI. The FBI scares them, Lindell said the vendors. He's totally alive. Chronicle, not even kidding you. This week, the FBI, like, accosted him, confronted him in the drive-thru of a Hardee's, like a Hardee's fast food restaurant, and commandeered his phone. And he said, no, I don't want to give it to you. And they were like, you have to. So he did. And then he went on to his like little talk show, whatever, which this is the part that bothers me. I'm sure you guys have seen the clips of him talking about his phone being stolen already. All the late night hosts are posting it. But he's like, they took my phone and my phone has everything on it. Everything I've ever done ever. And I don't even have a computer. How are you filming these videos and putting them online without your phone if you don't have a computer? What are you talking to? Is there like a group around him that's like, now Mike, just talk to this wall for a few minutes and all will be well. And there's like a camera hidden or something. I don't know. He's crazy. I have no idea. I don't know his history at all. I knew nothing about him until he associated himself with Trump's nonsense. She'd been known to spend 12 to 16 hours on the phone every day. Penis, I don't know how you're still a sane human. Wow. We have worse shit here. We've been hoping for years. The legal proceedings will keep our Trump from power. In 2 months, he's set to rise back. No shit. And abolish the justice system. I'm so sorry. No one's doing well. We'll see how the current case against Trump for the classified documents as well. Exactly. Yep. He's got a ton. I actually think there's another, isn't Florida suing him for something? Correct me if I'm wrong, Glit. There's a couple cases going on right now with Trump. And I believe, if I'm not totally mistaken, I think someone in Florida or part of Florida is suing him for something like voter fraud or burying his wife on his golf course. I don't know. They're doing something. Hello, Cake. How are you, my love? Oh, he was addicted to crack. Well, that's sad. I'm never going to shame someone for being addicted to drugs. That's horrible. I'm going to shame him for being a piece of shit who loves Trump and sells shitty pillows. And lawsuits are being filed against DeSantis for tracking humans. Has anything happened regarding him shipping a bunch of innocent Venezuelans to Boston on at the beginning of National Hispanic History Appreciation Month? Hi, Clara. How are you? David, I'm doing well. Good. Even though you're working. Don't work too hard. Georgia. Okay, Georgia's suing him for voter fraud. That's what I thought. Dude, the special touched by Jesus dude that's running for whatever office in Georgia. What is his name? Who is crazy. Crazy is putting it very lightly. He believes he owns a bunch of businesses that don't exist and so on and so forth. He's a nutter, man. What the fuck? Like, he's supposed to go to a debate and he's trying to get out of it by saying, I'm not smart enough to debate. Like, that's literally how he's trying to get out of debating. Georgia, vote. Please vote. Yesterday was National Registration Day. Please vote. God damn it. I learned the website this morning. It's shit. You can go to vote.org, but there's another website that's universal across the United States and it's really trustworthy. And I just learned it this morning and I forgot it already. And you can go and see if you're registered to vote. Fuck. Oh, I hate myself. I hate my brain so much. Massachusetts seeks human trafficking probe targeting Florida government Ron DeSantis over migrants. No shit. Good. Authorities in Massachusetts said Sunday that they have requested a federal human trafficking probe on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis boasted of sending about 50 Venezuelan migrants to Martha's Vineyard to shine a national spotlight on immigrant issues. We were requesting that the Department of Justice open an investigation to hold DeSantis and others accountable for these inhumane acts, State Rep. Dylan Fernandez tweeted Sunday. Not only is it morally criminal, there are legal implications around fraud, kidnapping, deprivation of liberty, and human trafficking. 100%. It's at the very least kidnapping. There were children. What in the fuck? Fernandez said he's spoken with Massachusetts U.S. Attorney Rachel Rollins and was, quote unquote, grateful to hear she's pushing for a response from the DOJ. Good. The migrants were picked up in Texas, but DeSantis said the flights were part of a 12. All right. Floridians, plug your ears. You might explode. This is disgusting. Hold on. I'm a little nauseous. What the fuck? The sheer inhumanity of humans is what I just... The migrants were picked up in Texas, but DeSantis said the flights were part of a $12 million Florida program to transport undocumented immigrants to so-called sanctuary destinations. What? DeSantis denied claims that the migrants were were duped into taking the flights with promises of jobs that did not exist. And he said he was, quote unquote, perplexed to hear that President Joe Biden was, quote unquote, surging resources to the Texas border in response to the flights. He's actually claiming ignorance. Is he claiming ignorance on this? Wow. 12 million tax dollars went to kidnapping and human trafficking in Florida. Do you like I put up some little fairy lights in the, yeah, I tried to be a little, my setup is always looks like Halloween. Like, I feel like when new people come to my channel, they're always like, I love your Halloween vibe. And I'm like, all right. It's always that way. So I put up some leaves. Skin, how are you, love? Taxpayers' dollars, 12 million. That's insane. Moving them across state lines by lying to them can also count as kidnapping. I mean, it's crazy. It's kidnapping. It's human trafficking. It's evil. I laugh out of anxiety. I don't know. It's crazy. Why are there several websites to register to vote? Does it have something to do with federal and state votes? Why doesn't the government not just have one place to do that? I'm going to be honest. I don't have an answer for that. Probably because in history, when the government puts something out where there's one place where everyone goes to do it, it crashes and is a massive failure. But that's just me assuming. I really don't know. Like, I remember when Obamacare went through, no one could sign up for Obamacare for almost 6 months because the website straight up couldn't handle the load of all the Americans trying to sign up for healthcare. I imagine it's something like that. It is also managed at a state level. True. So when you register to vote, no matter where you go, you're registering on a state level and not on a country level. You know what I mean? Halloween is every day. It's a way of life. This is paperwork. He can claim he doesn't know what's going on, but there are actual flyers with promises written on them. Oh, yeah, I saw them. The little maps they handed out to the people. Like, it makes me physically, I don't know another word for it, ill. Like, I actually want to vomit. It's so foul what he's done. What him and all his little goonies think are appropriate behavior. And I mean, just to add insult to injury, they did it like on the first day of Hispanic History Month, Latin History Month. Like, what the? He probably didn't even know because he's that racist and ignorant. But what the fuck, Florida? I'm so sorry. I just want to put out there, let's not villainize the people of Florida for what their government does. I know I say that all the time, but really, it's not fair. Just please vote. I was reading this morning the migrants were approached by what is known as a bird dog. Is that the person that was paid to like bait them in? Because I heard about this woman who was like paid to go there and lie to them. So the bird dog, aka other migrant, paid to find these people. Oh my God, what? And the local town has a $5,000 reward to find her. One person did this. Like he paid one person. So Ron DeSantis got a migrant to do this. Theoretically. Wow. Especially state. Been working with the state level taxes for the past year. Programs that assist with filing in the state side is a mess. Constantly changing with no update. System constantly being shit. Also, as much as Republicans like to make a big deal of illegal immigration, Biden's administration has arrested over 2 million at the southern border in the past year, which is way more than any other year in the past. He's also made a pledge to finish the wall. Just to throw salt on that wound. And there's still children and humans in cages on the border of Mexico and America. Still. Right now. People are in cages. Under this current administration. They're in cages. Yeah. Just a few minor things I get pissed about a lot. Here's a parallel. Oh, God. This is just to show how fucked up the governor of Florida. Just how fucked up the Florida. Wow, I can't read. Just to show how fucked up the governor of Florida did. Here's a parallel. Mayo, it's fine. I'm dyslexic as fuck today, apparently. The relocation of migrants by Republican governors recalls painful memories of the reverse freedom rides. I didn't want to say it. I'm not shitting you. That was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, this is like the backwards fucking freedom ride bullshit again. Oh my God. If you guys don't know what that is, I'll read. How long is the article? I can read this. Let me read this to you. If you don't know what those are, again, it's just, our country being horrific to black people. Or people of color, I should say. The relocation of about 50 migrants, from Texas to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, initiated last week by Florida's governor, has revived memories of striking similar tactics employed by Southern segregationists 60 years ago. It's crazy that it's only 60 years ago. That's nothing. 60 years is nothing. Only 60 years ago. That makes me feel sick. As news of the relocation spread, the John F. Kennedy, I can't speak today apparently, Presidential Library quickly drew historical parallels to the reverse freedom rides during the Kennedy administration. In 1962, a group of conservatives intent on retaliating against desegregation efforts during the civil rights movement funded one-way trips to the North for black citizens. Hundreds of black Americans were transported to cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago, recruited by members of the segregationist group called the White Citizens Council, quote unquote, with false promises of jobs and housing. One of the targeted destination points was Hyannis Port, a village on the Cape Cod Peninsula, where the largest group of riders arrived in the spring of 1962 before they were provided temporary housing at Camp Edwards near Otis Air National Guard Base. In what many condemned as the same tactic, the group of migrants sent by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to Martha's Vineyard this week eventually had to be transported to the same Cape Cod military base to receive shelter and humanitarian support. Quote, reverse freedom rides are not well known among many people, and it's important to understand that this tactic of using people as political pawns was used 60 years ago by segregationists and white supremacists. It's important for us to amplify and highlight that parallel so people can see this type of racist behavior and these racist tactics are still being used today. I have nothing else to say other than to applaud that. That's beautiful. Hi, Viking Coder. How are you, love? That's so well put. Thank you, Kelty. Good idea. Right, Cake? Dude, I think about Bo Burnham's stand-up all the time when he has that bit where he's like, guys, I just have to say, I say I'm going to kill myself all the time and I make jokes, but I'm not going to. I'm not actually going to kill myself. But if I could just not exist for the next 18 months, I'd do it. Just blink out and in again. Just a nice coma. I'd consider it. Just a rest. A nice refresher. Oh, no shit. Democracy Now! Let me write that down. Hold up. I don't think I follow that channel, but I want to. It's disgusting. I mean, it's not pleasure. I vote that we should finish and repair some bridges before we build walls. Dude, David. Way to get fucking deep as shit. Amen to that. I agree. I don't understand the walls. Historically, has a wall ever been a good idea? It's a long album. I can see how it could take a couple sittings to finish. Listening to the wall. Man needs a better attention span. Jesus Christ. Hold on. What was it called? Democracy Now! Thank you. Good morning, cuteness. How are you, love? Good morning, Charles. Only 60 years ago, we beat racism. Good job. Oh my God, right? Don't you? I hate. It is weird though. Like every time I talk to my mom, and my mom and my dad are the only people I talk to really on the phone that I call or anything. But they are older. They're in their late 60s, and when I talk to them, like my mom didn't even know the whole story about flight attendants not being paid before planes close. And it makes me realize that like my parents they've gotten to this age where I think it's overwhelming everything. Everything is so overwhelming. They're kind of not listening to the news anymore, and it scares me that's like a huge population of people in the world that vote are people who are just like, I'm tired of listening to facts, so I'm just going to vote the way I always have to get it over with and then die. And it's just, I don't claim to care about your kids if you're not going to care about your kids. You know what I'm saying? Walls are great for mounting works of art. That's true. Not completely useless. Also really good at keeping deer out of a fruit orchard. Yep. And bears. Bears will fucking demolish an apple orchard. Kelty, that's what I think of. I think of like the Berlin Wall. Like, what do we know? When someone mentions the Berlin Wall, the first thing that comes to my mind is all the videos of people tearing it down in sheer existential pleasure. That's what I think of. When anyone mentions the Berlin Wall, that's the first thing that comes to mind. All the videos of people tearing it down, cheering, chanting. Like, look at Ireland and the separation because of religion. Like, that's never been a good idea. Like, never has a separation or an otherness or a wall, physical or otherwise, been a good idea. None of it ever. It's all trash. And yet, here we are. Cuteness, you're welcome. Everybody needs a little titty. Can we go back to World War II? Yeah, exactly. Build a better electric car charging station network. I learned something about that recently. I learned that, like, Tesla not only owns like over 60% of all charging stations in the US, but if you don't own a Tesla, you can't charge at their stations. And other charging stations can only exist if they like pay Tesla to exist for other cars. Something crazy like that. It's like that's another case of someone who like the, fucking owner of Tesla or whatever, not the board head anymore, but still owner, I think, creates a car that's supposed to save the environment and actually gives zero fucks about the environment. I remember being a kid and watching it be torn down on TV. I was 2 or 1. It was 89, right? I was 1. I do not remember it. However, my Russian history professor, I had her for many classes when I was in college, many different Eastern European history classes, I should say. She was there for it. She had videos she took of it coming down, and she has a little bottle of Berlin Wall dust. That was pretty cool to watch. Like, she showed us her video of it, and I mean, it's terrible. Like, 1989, the camera was probably as big as her. I don't even know, but that was pretty epic to she was there. Crazy. Everybody needs a little titty, so I grew my own. I grew 2 little titties. It's great. Humans are the only animals that keep tits when we're not pregnant or having babies. Isn't that weird? Everybody else only has titties when they have a baby. and then when they stop nursing, their titties suck up. But people, fat sacks all the time. What the fuck? Interesting. That was my second thought. The wall between Northern and the Republic of Ireland. Me too. And like that's what I've grown up listening to from my nana and my older relatives is just like the strife in Ireland over religion that's almost identical is just causes so much violence and death and like horrible just behavior in general. If you've never watched Dairy Girls, watch Dairy Girls. It's fantastic. How about the USA takes a giant pair of scissors and cuts off the other countries and float off into the sea? Aren't we technically, I mean, would we float? Rhode Island might. Florida, no. Florida's like a sandbank. I don't even know what's going to happen there. Would we float? We all float down here. Ireland is trying very fucking hard not to have a hard border. Good. I mean, I'm glad. I think do you think, Kate, it feels to me like that's a lot of the young generation pushing for that. Like, the young generation is like, we've never understood any of this. We still don't understand it. Fuck it all. Kind of like us surviving the last dying breaths of, like, this generation of angry older people that doesn't want to accept facts anymore for some reason. Not that I agree with the wall situation, but it looks like they're wanting to finish sections which are near dangerous areas for crossings. I heard that too. Kids drowning in the rivers and the slopes are steep, but the area is a well-known place for migrants to cross and seek asylum instead of going through the designated asylum areas. It's shitty either way. I can't remember who said it. I think it was Stephen Colbert. But he was like, when Biden said I'm committing to finishing the wall because it's an unsafe place to cross, he was like, it'd probably be easier to just build a bridge. Which I can't argue that. People are going to try to cross no matter what. It'd probably be a better option if we actually cared about people and not just people emigrating or migrating. You know what I mean? If we actually cared about the human lives and not just where they were dying, I think we'd build a bridge. There's a fucking, there it is. It was a fuzz on my nose. Haha, I'm not crazy. Little bastard. It benefits no one here to have border conflicts. The bombings were fairly recent, right? Like what, 50, not even 50 years ago. My God, 40 years ago? Ugh. It's like making a bike safer to ride. Instead of having a helmet, they take away the bike. Exactly. That's the logic that I see. When I heard that, I can't remember who said it. I can't take credit for that idea of the bridge, but that's all I can think of. Like, you can't claim to care about human lives if you only care where they die. It's like hospitals. So if you compare it to a hospital, if you go to a hospital and you look up the stats of the hospital and you're like, I have to have a surgery and I want to see if this hospital has great surgery statistics, like how many people die in the OR, chances are it's 0 because they die in the hallway directly outside the doors. It's the same concept, you know? If they die on the other side of the wall, they're not American citizens dying. But if they die in the river on float to our side of the river or whatever, then it's, I don't know. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's real. I'm not ever implying. I don't think Biden's an evil person. But none of us can help what views we grow up with, right? So if we're older, we're absolutely going to have an antiquated view of the world. And you can't help that. Like I have a certain rosy glasses tint from the 90s. Everybody has one. And I think sometimes also, can I ask you guys a question? This is something that's been bothering me a lot. There's been a lot of like very important people on these talk shows I watch, like the late night hosts and stuff, and political people. Why every time a host poses a difficult question, they start with listen, and then they just go off on excuses? Why? Have you guys noticed that? Every single politician, Biden, everybody. Listen. What is that? I've just been noticing it across the board. Every single politician does it, and it's almost a way of dodging a question. Like when someone asks them a difficult question, like, hey, kids are getting shot up, and you keep saying you're excited for the future of our youth. What the fuck is with that? Listen, we're doing shit. You know what I mean? It's almost like, but. I'm not racist, but. Listen, Kids are getting shot all over the place, but, like, what do we do? Like, that's what it feels like to me. I don't know, though, if it's just me. It's not a regional thing because it's only politicians. And I just started noticing since Biden's been in office because he says it a lot. When they're escaping what they're escaping, anything's better than what they're leaving. Some of those stories are horrifying. Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking, seriously. Like, I know people that live in Tucson who have gone on hunting trips with their father and found a human head because the cartel in Mexico will just toss human heads over the fence as a warning. I know a couple people who have found body parts in Arizona and otherwise that have just been tossed over the fence. Like, I would risk drowning too. If we really cared about human lives, we'd build a fucking bridge. 100%, Damien, I agree. He's not evil and he's not incoherent. I think a huge problem is the vast majority of our government is ancient as fuck, and I don't know why. Yeah. Is it because that you don't declare them dead during the operation so the metrics look better? So usually what happens is if you're in the OR and you start crashing hard, if you're in the OR and your heart stops and we have to code you, you know what a code is. I won't go into the details. We jump on the chest, we start going through the code, we do whatever we need to do. And if the code doesn't look like it's going to turn quickly, usually if you're going to come back, you come back relatively quickly. I've never coded someone for 2 hours and gotten them back at hour 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you jump on a chest, it all depends on, like, how fast did you get on it after the heart stopped? How good are those compressions? Are you ventilating? So on and so forth. And so what happens is you can kind of, you feel it. Like, if you're having a horrible like you're doing the surgery, they start crashing, you can't do compressions. So you can't even do compressions because their abdomen is open for surgery. What they'll do is usually someone will actually straddle the body of the person and start doing compressions on the gurney. And then the rest of the team will start pushing the gurney out and try to get them to the unit. The goal is not to allow people to die in the hallway. We don't want that either. The goal is to get them to the unit where there's way more people, way more resources to code somebody. They're stocked, but because an OR has to be insane, it has to be so, how do I explain this? When we take anything into the OR, the operating theater, anything that comes in has to be listed on a list. And then when we finish the operation, we have to go through every single bloody rag, every single towel, every single suture kit that was opened, every single needle. And we have to account for every single item that was taken into that OR to make sure we didn't leave anything inside the patient, not even shitting you. So they're not just stocked. Like, there's not cupboards in ORs you can just start flying into and pulling out stuff to code someone. You know what I mean? Normally when you code someone, a pharmacist shows up with a tackle box full of drugs and, like, you start to go to work, and every ICU room is packed with everything you need to do. You need to code a patient. ICU rooms are stocked, usually. Or at least there's a stock room in the middle of the ICU that's easily accessible. ORs are not. So when someone codes, it's not the place you want to code as an OR. We don't have the resources, and the people there, that's not their expertise. You know what I mean? Um, like, surgeons can't, everybody that works in a hospital has to be certified in how to do a code. Everybody has to be certified in chest compressions. Everybody is certified. However, there are certain people in the hospital who do it a lot, and it's their profession. That's what I do. Like, respiratory therapists are the code team. Like, that's our business, is coding somebody. And when you're in the OR, you might not even have one RT. Like, the only time I was ever required to stay in the OR is if it was a really difficult patient, the ventilator kept beeping. Like, if I have to maintain a ventilator or if they need me to, like, hold lungs out or something while they do something, then I'm there. But most of the time you have some surge techs, a couple surgeons, maybe a nurse, and that's it. And you're an anesthesiologist. So you don't have, I mean, the ICU nurse will know coding, but the rest of the team, they just don't do it. They know how, but chances of getting a patient back when you don't have the absolute skills, you know what I mean? It's all timing. Like, the moment your heart stops, I need to be on your chest. There is no seconds of reprieve to think, what are we doing? It's just, if I notice you don't have a pulse, I'm going to start breaking your ribs until someone says stop. Like, that's what you have to do. And if it's not your, just what you do all the time, it can go slower. There's questions, like, an OR team doesn't have enough people to do compressions. So when you do compressions on a chest, i.e., like, getting their heart to move because there's no pulse anymore. You, by law or by like rule or the golden rule or whatever, one person can only do good, adequate compressions, meaning we're getting circulation of blood and we're getting the lungs to inflate and deflate a little bit just by the compressions. We don't even do mouth to mouth anymore if you don't, unless it's like a drowning victim. We really don't want people to do mouth to mouth anymore. It's just not worth it. And unless the patient is under the age of 13, chances are it's all cardiac. So anytime you see someone go down and they don't have a pulse, 99.9% of the time, it's a heart problem, not a lung problem. So we used to focus a lot on get on the mouth and start doing mouth to mouth, but if you're not perfusing, i.e. your heart isn't pumping blood to the extremities to spread the oxygen that you're putting in the lungs, there's no point. You're just inhaling. You're inflating a corpse. You're blowing up a balloon. Good job. So we just lay on the chest, and it all has to do with timing. But anyway, so yeah, one person can do good compressions where everything's happening appropriately, maximum 2 minutes. That's it. And that's really pushing it. Like usually a person does a minute to a minute and a half. And what happens is when you're coding a patient and it's like you're coding, like it's not like we laid on them one time and they came back. You're really coding and trying to get him back. You'll have a line of people out the patient door ready to do compressions. You just have people waiting, usually 5 to 6 people. So then the person who's on the chest can literally just lean over and the next person will put their hands on top of your hands and start just going with you, and you slide your hands out from under them because you can't stop the compressions. You got to keep going while you change people. So there will just be this cycle of people coming through to do compressions while the rest of the team is, giving drugs and ventilating and all that kind of shit. And in an OR, you max have 5 people just there to do everything. So there's a ton of reasons why we get them the fuck out of the OR if we really think things are going bad. But it also is they won't let them die in the OR because then it gives them bad stats and no one will have surgery there. That was really long-winded response for what I think was not even a question about medicine, and I just want to take a moment to apologize. That was me, David. I don't even know why I went that far. I apologize. That was so much. But do y'all feel educated? I swear to God, sometimes my body just like vomits medicine. Someone's like ventilator, I'm like, I apologize. Welcome back to reality. Back to reality. A robot scrub? Fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Much love to your wife as well. Fist bumps to her. Heroes. We have lots of nurses and techs and pharmacy people and all sorts of medicine people in chat. I've attracted the crowd that likes the dark. The ones that have the dark stories. But it's awesome. There's so many smart people in the community. I love it. If they go down without a pulse, that's necrophilia. Learning, I mean, I love to learn that stuff too. It's fascinating, really. I wrinkled your brains. You're welcome. I don't even know what happened. I think we were talking about politics and I got on medicine. What the fuck happened? Can you tell where my expertise is? It's not politics. It's like I went to school for it or something. I don't know. Weird. It is, David, it's so weird. It's kind of like an instinct. Like, I don't sit here and ponder medicine regularly or anything. But when someone says something, like my brain just like goes and I'm suddenly respiratory Katie. And then when I'm done, it goes and then I'm back to like stoner Katie and it's gone. It's weird. It's like a segmented part of my brain that just holds too much. Thank you. I mean, at least we got a story. I owed Najeel a story anyways. I was trying to think of a good one. I was trying to think of a good OR one. Oh my God, Najeel, have I ever told you Shit Fountain? Shit Fountain's a pretty wild story. I only tell stories of patients that survived. I don't think I've told some tragic stories, but I don't tell funny stories if the patient died because it's just not funny once they're dead. Yes, absolutely, David. It sounds really cold when I say we push them in the hall and they die in the hall, but it's in an attempt to save their life. It's an acknowledgement. Like normally, at least in all the hospitals I've worked in, the OR, like the actual operating theater, is usually right outside the surgical ICU. So it's like usually a very short, like I've literally seen people thrust the gurney and then run after it because the doors to the unit would auto open, and then it just went into the unit and everybody saw the bed coming and we were just like, oh fuck, and we laid on the chest. That's what it is. Lay on the chest. You know what I mean? Like I've literally seen people throw the gurney because it's faster than running with it. Like running it, they can run in front of it and start preparing while it's rolling. It's crazy. Hospitals can be chaotic as fuck. But it's like the most wonderful. It's almost like a dance. A dance. It's like a dance, darling. It's like the most beautiful, chaotic dance that works. To an outsider looking in, it probably looks like we don't have any idea what we're doing and it's complete mayhem. But when you're in it, it's the dance macabre. It is. Oh my God, should I play that song? Yes. It is. It kind of is. Even when people live, like, everybody in the room does something different, like, has a different, specialty or area of expertise, and they all know their role, and no one gets in anyone's way, and everyone helps each other because we're all aware of each other's roles too. So, like, if I'm at the head of the bed and I'm bagging a patient that I've just intubated, but a nurse needs me to get an IV across the bag to the other side of the patient because the IV poles are just getting fucked up, I can bag and move IVs over my head and help, and everyone will do something like that. Does that make sense? Everyone in the room it's almost like a little organism that just starts working together, and when it doesn't, oh, that's happened. Like, obviously, there's sometimes a shitty time when you have a shitty person, but damn, it can be magic when that happens, when it works, Literally yeeting that shit. We have quite literally yeeted many patients down hallways because it's faster. Strict. A lot of the gurney beds nowadays, especially the like big plastic lined ones that have all the buttons and shit on them, they have what's called like an auto drive mode where you steer it, but it's like a controlled speed of the bed. So you can't push it any faster and you can't stop it until you like push on a pedal to actually stop the bed. And it's supposed to help us save our backs or something from pushing gurneys, but I've seen more people hurt themselves trying to push a gurney locked than anyone ever. Those beds are so weird. I don't get it. And you can crush your foot. Like, if you lower the bed with your feet too close to the under it, you can literally just lower this 600-pound bed on your feet and destroy your foot bones. Ugh. Yes. Oh my God, theory. We were talking about the Trump suit, and we were talking about DeSantis and his nonsensical evil self. You may wrinkle my brain, but I will smooth it back out. No, you won't. You've got that information forever. Tell me you're going to forget that. Never change, Katie. Also, when and if the apocalypse happens, I'm going to come find you and protect you at all costs. Well, let's start a tribe. I'll do it. If someone sees a worth in me to keep me around when the apocalypse happens, let's do this. Because if I say I'm a streamer, that is not a lot of worth. I don't know where entertainment's going to play a part in the future apocalypse. Random. Dude, Twitch unfollows all the time. We were literally just talking about this the other day. Maybe Twitch did a massive unfollowing again because a lot of people have been coming in, and like people that I regularly am in their streams, they're regularly here, and it's totally unfollowed. I don't know why. Twitch gets twitchy sometimes. I don't think it's anyone's fault. But thank you for refollowing. Good morning, Searska. How are you, love? Oh my God, Najeel. No, I actually asked. I came up with a story, but I want to make sure you've never heard it. Have you ever heard the Shit Mountain story? Or Shit Fountain? Shit Mountain or Shit Fountain? Same story, but, two different nicknames depending on what nurse you talk to. Thought you were talking about some crunchy interpretive dance stuff and then realized you were talking about medical stuff. Oh my God, Khajiit, yeah. I mean, it is kind of like a crunchy, like, rainbow festival, but with drugs and angry faces and blood. I just hopped on and thought you were, oh yeah, it is. I mean, kind of. There's something interesting about how people learn emergency care or first aid. There's something about how it's all patterned based on what means you never forget it. Yes. The science between how they educate it to us, or the science behind how they educate us so you never forget is very bizarre. But I also, like, David, do you think there's something inherently in us that's like, realizes this is a life-saving technique and this is like vital information to hold on to? Kind of like, don't eat that poison berry, you'll die. It's like, I'm probably not going to need this, but something in the back of your head's like, you got to save the human if you see a human dying. Like, no one just watches people die unless you're crazy. Yeah, DeSantis is a horrible, scary goblin. Can't even call him human. Same, but it's like insulting goblins. We were having this problem yesterday because I kept calling him a piece of shit, but like that's insulting as shit because everybody likes taking a huge dump. I don't know what's something we inherently despise, like a tick, a bed bug. Right, David? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You'll never forget it. It's in you. It's like in you. It's like instinctual. It's weird. You're all welcome to the tribe. It's a tribe of happiness. You don't need a value. But every post-apocalypse movie I ever see, everyone's like, you ain't got no value, and they kill them. And I'm like, huh, I can unplug people. Twitch gonna twitch. It happens. Hanging in there. Recovered from all the damn exams yesterday. Hell yes. How's your brain? little smoother today? Ooh, are you getting your booster? I made our appointments finally for that. You're getting your flu shot too, right? Don't forget your flu shots. They think this winter is going to be a very bad flu season, so don't forget your flu shots if you can get them. That's just been like what the, projection is for the season, that it's going to be bad. So here's the thing though. I know we talked about it yesterday and everyone said mosquito. Did you know that 99.9% of all mosquitoes don't bite people? They're actually the #1 pollinator of North America. Honeybees aren't native to North America. They came from the UK. So without mosquitoes, we don't get food. Isn't that the shittiest shit you've ever heard in your life? And the 1.1% that bites is just pregnant females, and the blood isn't even food. It just incubates their eggs. What the fuck, though? Rude. Nature. Rude. As someone who is a mosquito buffet, I'm offended. Heavily. I love this song. Me too. Oh yeah. It's just think about it this way, Pagan. It's like a like a baby in me class pre-birth is sucking your legs. That's what it is. I know. That's the only thing. I really miss that. Like, I remember when I worked at the hospital, I could literally just find any nurse on the floor and be like, hey, can you give me a flu shot? And they'd whip one out of their pocket, knock me in the arm, write my name down on their list, and I'd be done. Fuck, it was nice. You just, in the middle of your shift, like, just get it out of the way. It was so nice. Nothing's black and white, right? Nothing. I mean, life is gray. As a hobby gardener, I'm now torn between hating and loving them. I know, same. I love gardening, and I'm just like, why do you all suck? Because there's something about my sweat or my blood. I am food. If I go outside and there's mosquitoes, they will find me, and I will get bit. Every fucking time. I'm just a buffet. I hate them so much. But I learned about this because when I lived in Maryland, we had a pond. In my cul-de-sac community, there was a pond in the, state land area. We were right on the side of the lake, the Loch Raven. Sorry, I almost said Lake Raven. The Loch Raven, we were right on it, and there was a pond next to it. And this pond not only would just, it was like a mosquito you could see the baby mosquitoes on the surface of this pond, like, undulating. It was disgusting. So, mosquitoes were rampant. There was also a fucking snapping turtle in this pond that lived there. A huge, the North American type snapping turtles that will bite your dick off, lived in our pond. So we couldn't do anything about these mosquitoes. We couldn't do anything. So we were trying to look into ways to, naturally deter mosquitoes. And a state preserve person came in and explained to us all about mosquitoes. And I was like, 1.1% of them makes me hate all of them. It's not fair. If I was mosquitoes, I'd off the females. I'd be pissed if I was them. Did you know that bees they're not native to our country? I read that too. They are really good pollinators, but mosquitoes, I think, are one of the main ones, aren't they, Rabster? I know, I agree. I'm gonna slap them too. Fuck off. I'm gonna kill every mosquito. I don't give a fuck. There's plenty. We're good. Find someone else to incubate off. It ain't me. Khajiit, I still get them here. I'm in fucking Colorado from Baltimore, and we still get mosquitoes once in a while. If there's a mosquito outside, it will find me, and it will bite me. The last mosquito bite I got, I swear to fuck, was right under my butt cheek. In the butt cheek fold. I was like, well, how and why? Why is this my life? I love bees. Even if I'd let a bee sting me over a mosquito biting me. Isn't that weird? No one hates bees, even though they sting us. And die when they sting if you fuck with a honeybee. But everyone hates mosquitoes. Interesting. They're not a main pollinator. Okay, the plants are here evolved to handle a bunch of different pollinators. That's kind of amazing. So, Sirska, since you know about pollinators, is this true? I heard that, or I read this years ago. I read that I am not a botanist, by the way. I love learning about this stuff, though. I wish I could have gone in botany. It's fascinating. I read that orchids, not only, I read this too. I read that, what is it? Vanilla, the vanilla bean is the only edible orchid in the world. And that orchids evolved to look like the genitals of wasps so that wasps try to fuck them. And that's the only way they get pollinated. Is by wasp fuckery. Literally. Almost, I think all orchids. They've all evolved to look like a certain species of wasp's genitals. What the fuck? Is that real? Orchids do be like that? What the fuck? That's wild. I read it years ago and I just can't remember where it was, so I don't ever want to like, oh, that's fucking real. It's not. Like I don't fucking want to toss around fake shit. But that's fantastic and magic. Wow. I get destroyed each year by mosquitoes. Same. All the time. I do not get destroyed by the bees. In this presentation, I will explain why we must go to war with the mosquitoes. I agree. Bees have never come at me. I have never had a bee hurt me for no reason. Well, that's a lie. Well, was it no reason? I don't know. No, it was definitely a reason. I've told you about when I got fucking stung in the belly button by a bee, didn't I? Mosquito trap? What the fuck is that? Wait, how? I wouldn't want to kill all the boys that are pollinating. It'd be like ladies only. Make it pink. Hey, plant, come on my face and I'll go rub myself on that other plant 2 blocks down. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, literally. That's just metal. That's so fucking cool. Orchids are really complicated and cool. My mom actually worked with a lady for years whose son grows, and I think he like creates new hybrids of orchids, and then he lives in Hawaii and he takes them to a huge orchid festival contest where he like wins prizes for his orchids. I don't know, it was crazy. You got swarmed by hornets? Shut up, that's scary. So when I was a kid, there was, what year was it? It was like, I want to say it was like 1998 or something. For some reason in Eastern Washington, we had a horrible year where there was just too many bees. I don't know what, like the winter might have not been too cold enough or something. I was too young to care or know what the fuck was going on. All I knew was you couldn't go outside with food, perfume, sunscreen. They would be crawling all over your body, licking the sunscreen off you. Like it was so many bees everywhere. If you opened a soda and put it outside, don't drink it. There was a bee inside of it that would be in your mouth. One of my cousins got a bee in his mouth, like stung him in the mouth. It was so weird. And we were camping, so of course we had lots of outdoor food and whatnot. And all I was doing was laying on the beach, suntanning or sunbathing or whatever, laying on the beach in a bikini, and a bee crawled in my belly button, and I felt it, so I sat up really fast, and my belly, like, you guys know, I have a sad belly button. It just closed in the bee, and the bee stung me like 6 times in a circle in my belly button. So I wouldn't say it was for nothing, but I was not there to try to hurt the bee. Just startled by the strange feeling in my belly button at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was terrible. It hurt so bad. God, it was bad. My belly button swelled so big. I'm just remembering it. It was really gross. Mandel, dude, my mail still isn't. I've literally been waiting for a package for 3 weeks now that's been at the post office, but they haven't sorted it. I went last night and I almost I lied to them. I was like, one of them's perishable. Please give it to me. And they're like, sorry, it's not sorted. And I was like, but hopefully soon. A bee never broke. So you broke up with them first? Oh my God. I've never been dumped before. I am that kind of person. I think figs are worse for wasps. Oh, really? IRC, they go in to pollinate the fig and get stuck inside? The fig fruit just grows around the entombed wasp? Is there any benefit to the fig? Holy shit. Ugh. You have 2 orchids? Dude, I've never been able to keep an orchid alive. Lucky you. I saw a thing years ago about people making a laser that could identify the female mosquitoes. What? And burn their wings in a millisecond? I need that. Probably because humans would use it for humans and all the ladies would be dead and then you guys would all be like, fuck, we did it. Now what? Bend over, Trump. I need some of that sweet orange ass again. That's how I view the future. I have a phobia of bees, wasps, now the buzzing, because growing up near the woods, oh my God, I always ran into a damn nest. Holy shit, that's scary. Oh, that's so scary. No, thank you. Thanks. I hate the future. Sorry, not sorry. I'm a little sorry. I don't even like that mental image in my head. I'm sorry. It was the that really got me. But like what else what other kind of noise would that butt make? Idiocracy. The only difference is that in Idiocracy, their president cared. Like President Camacho was so fucking aggressive and like, we're gonna fucking do this. Ugh! Like, where's that? Oh God. What is this? My music's too loud. I imagine it's mysteriously damp on every cheek. I was recently bitten by some strange bug. Ooh, I think it was a beetle, but I couldn't really tell from the squashed corpse. It got under my shirt. Ouch. And I didn't understand what was hurting me initially. I thought I had some chest hairs caught. Ow. I mean, if it's not like red and infected, you're probably fine. There's not a lot of things in the US that can actually bite and cause serious, serious harm. But if it looked like a beetle, might have been just like a jumping spider. Because like most bugs won't bite unless they get trapped against your skin for some reason, like a t-shirt. They probably freaked out and thought it was dying and then, did. The cordyceps fungus? Yes. Oh, the ones that like grow out the middle of bugs and stuff, they scare the shit out of me. Yeah. It hijacks an ant's brain, making them climb tree trunks, lodge their mandibles into the trunk, and die so that a new fungi can sprout out of them as sustenance. I've seen like the time lapses of that fungus growing out of their body, and it fucking no. Kissing bugs scare the shit out of me too. Where are those from though? I learned about those when I was a really little kid, and now I'm just scared of any bug near my mouth ever. Idiocracy is funny, though the premise I'm not such a big fan of. The premise is so idiot. It's idiotic. The whole thing is idiotic. But it's funny. It is. I agree with you. It's good entertainment. Terry Crews for president. Fuck yeah, dude. That guy is so kind. Have you ever just listened to interviews by him? He's such a loving human. He's so not like what his exterior presents. Fungi are fucking metal as fuck. I would never fuck with a fungi. That's what they used for the inspiration for The Last of Us. I think so too. I thought the same thing. When I watched those games played. I never played them, but I watched my friends play them. They're incredible. And the like, no spoilers. No spoil. It's crazy. They're all over the Rockies. Good to know. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Can you imagine? What would you do? Has anyone seen the woman running for governor? Or I think it's governor in Utah, who did like a little rap, like a bum, ch, bum, 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 ch, bum, 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 ch. My name's Pamela. I'm here to stay. I hate gay people. Straight is yay. Bum, ch, bum, bum. I'm not even kidding. Like that's not the quote, but that's the message. Does anybody have it? I would love. We need to take a break. I need to run an ad just to get it out of the way. But if anybody has that link, I would love to watch it with you. Her ad. It's grotesque. It's grotesque. There's no other word for it. It's just terrible. It's so bad. I'll look for a link. My mods will probably find it before I do, but if I find it, I'll bring it back to stream. I'll be right back. We're going to take a break. Every couple of hours, we take a break. I run a 3-minute ad bundle to get the fuck out of the way so Twitch doesn't run ads on top of us talking. And we pee and we wash our hands and all those things. I will be right the fuck back. Wash your piss mittens, load a bowl, wash your water bottle, get a drink. When we come back, we're going to watch Bum, Sh, Bump, and then play Control, because that game looks really dope and I super want to play. Okay, bye. You are? Do you have my... Okay, let me tell you shit fountain. So, patient I had. One time, long ago... Shush. Long ago, shit fountain. So this patient comes into I worked in a surgical ICU mainly, and then I'd have to go in the OR if you have to, whatever. But I worked in a surgical ICU, so 90% of my patients were all post-surgical or surgical patients that had to go back multiple times. You know, trouble, patients that weren't doing well. Normally you leave after surgery. These are patients that aren't doing well. So a patient comes to us. Apparently, so the backstory on him was he had an ileostomy reversal, and he went to the floors and was feeling great, eating, sitting up, doing great. He was like in his early 60s, young, healthy, young and healthy these days. I know it doesn't sound that way, but 60 is young and healthy these days. That's not an age we like really get concerned with, is 60 anymore. And he was eating and drinking water, and I guess his stomach just started to blow up, just grow. And he literally, by the time he came to me, he looked pregnant. And he was a skinny, like a long, lanky, skinny dude. So it looked like the world's most epic beer belly. I mean, literally from the ribs, it was just this bloated fucking stomach. It was wild. And so that's the backstory on him. So when I see him, I see the doors to the ICU fly open, as they always do, violently. Someone is straddling a body on a gurney, and a whole team is shoving the gurney through the hallway into a door. And this tiny I mean, she was maybe 5 foot, was pounding on the chest and straddling his like belly, trying to do compressions, even though there was all this built up tension. Because apparently, what had gone wrong is the reversal didn't go right; it was still blocked or something like that. And she was doing compressions. She jumps off the chest so we can intubate and we get him ready and everything. And we start doing compressions. And what happens is when you have built up pressure in your abdominal area, and when we do compressions, so one thing I didn't talk about earlier when we were talking about codes is when you lay on the chest, as we always say, when you lay on the chest, if you're the first person on compressions, you're probably going to feel a lot of things start popping and breaking. In order to do adequate compressions, so by adequate I mean you're causing enough perfusion to keep the person alive. So the point of compressions is you are beating the heart for that person. Your heart is directly under your breastplate, unfortunately. It's the protection. Like that plate right there is the protection for your heart. So in order for me to perfuse your heart, I have to be able to compress into your chest 3 to 4 centimeters minimum in order to even touch your heart. And that's like on someone who doesn't have any fat or huge boobs or anything like that. Like there's all sorts of extraneous information you have to take in when doing compressions, which is why you use your whole body. You straight arm. Ugh. You straight arm when you do compressions, and you bend at your hips. You use your entire torso to lay on. That's why we call it laying on the chest. You're not doing this. You're doing this motion very hard and very repeatedly. So, as you can imagine, if I am doing adequate perfusion on a patient, i.e. compressions that are working, you're causing an extreme amount of abdominal pressure, which is why most people that code end up shitting their pants and puking and there's foam everywhere, because your body can only hold so much. And if your asshole is plugged, it has to go somewhere else, right? So he was already a patient. I think he had C. diff or something like that because we had gowns on. So if you have any kind of communicable disease like C. diff or something like that, we have to fully gown, like the full yellow tie behind your back, goggles, mask, gloves. We had it all on already. But out of nowhere, the person doing compression stops. And what I heard later, they told me this later, they felt a rumble. I didn't know. They stop. No one stops doing compressions for no reason, unless the doctor says we're calling it or we need a pulse check. You stop compressions, pulse check, get right back on the chest. That's the only time you stop. So when they stopped, we were all like, what the fuck did you get a pulse? Like, what's going on? And I don't, like, it was so fast that a lot of it is kind of a jumble, but all I remember is all of the yellow capes in the room. I've never seen move faster in my life do this shit over their faces, because we have like a gown, like, shield to put over her face. Every single fucking person in the room was just like, no. And what accumulated to, I believe, 8 liters of shit exploded out of the mouth of this human being. Straight up, like a literal geyser. It was so much. And his body had nowhere to put it, because he didn't have, his intestines were blocked. So it was just sitting in there. And it just, I mean, the smell, I can't even begin to explain. But the best part was everybody just, no, and just splat. You felt it. It had weight. The splat was so fucking epic. It was incredible. And then suddenly he had a pulse and he came back and he was fine. Totally survived. Went to the floors the next day. But I think he has to live with the fact that he's shit out his mouth. He was a deuterostome for a good 15 minutes. Wild. That is one of the most epic things I've ever experienced in a hospital in my life. Take care of your intestines. Eat fiber. You only get one ass. No one can top that fun fact I mean, they might be able to, but I almost don't want to hear it. I was going to eat breakfast. I mean, you don't have the smell in your memory. You can still eat. Absolutely. Oh, dude, the puking the shit. It is shit. That's the wild part. Like, for some reason, your body does not compute. You're like, why is something that smells like poop coming out of your mouth? Oh, it's poop. But your body doesn't understand that because your body's like, no, that should come out my butt. It's really weird. I've had a couple patients with bad illies, but none of them. I've seen some like dribble shit out their mouth, which is maybe grosser. But no, I've never ever in my life seen a shit fountain like that. That was one of the most epic things. And he lived. Like I said, I would never. It's not funny if they die. It's only funny because he lived. Me neither. I had no idea, but your body will put stuff places, I guess. I mean, which makes sense. It's just crazy. Do you see how she's like? She's a precious bean. She always sleeps like that. She's such a dork. Ooh, breaking news. Someone stuck a giant pink dildo on the speed limit sign downtown. Shut up. That's beautiful. Good for them. Swamps of Dagobah is pretty bad. I mean, coconut will always trump that for me because I just can't get over a maggot in my penis if I had one. I just don't. I can't with that. I'm not sure I would want to live after that. We all said the same thing, Theory. We were like, none of us told him. Like, I don't know if the doctor ever told him what happened after he recovered. I don't know if his family told him what happened. But I wasn't about to be like, yo, you puke shit. Like, I wasn't going to be that person. I saved his life. I'm done now. I don't think that person remembers all the shit that exploded out of his mouth more than any politician. I'm going to call him Shit Fountain now. That's great. At least he can actually say he's talked shit. Oh my God, for real though. Like some scary shit. Maggot in a penis. Oh my God, have you never heard the coconut story? That's one of the legendary stories. That's one that I do like twice a year because it actually makes people want to die when I tell it. It's so bad. Most people will literally mute my stream if I tell that story. It's not my story. It's just a story I found on Reddit that I one day was like, guys, I got to read this to you because it's disgusting and we must share it. And I did. And now everyone knows that coconuts are the worst thing in the whole world. No one will talk to me anymore. I love this alfalfa hair back here. This is cute. I keep seeing it like out of the corner of my eye in my OBS, thinking there's a bug on my head. I'm going to, Lizzie. I already decided. Did I tell you that? I'm totally going to read that on stream. I'm very excited. Is it worse than the Reddit Skittles story? I mean, it really depends. I think it's really bad if you have a dick. It mostly seems to affect penis havers because it has to do with a penis and maggots, and that is very visceral. And also, I think everybody has been in that state where they're like, I'm so horny, I'm gonna hump anything. So it's like that visceral, like, what if that was me? Like, it could happen to anybody, but probably not. I don't know. It's the worst story. It's so fucking gross. It is just, it's art. And it's it's theoretically a true story. Like, these are like today I fucked up stories on Reddit where, theoretically people are posting stories about their true life. But who the fuck would make that shit up? What's wrong with you? Witness me. Oh, Sirska, I'm so sorry. Enjoy it. I have a serious question for you. Do you have any room on your wall for more pictures? Absolutely. I have so many white walls. This entire wall next to me is almost empty. I've got Millie up there, like 1 Millie up there. My whole house is just white walls. I've tried covering it, but yes, I need like so many. I'm trying. I follow a couple morticians on Instagram, and most of them call maggots disco rice. Oh, shut up. That's fucking hilarious. Can safely say I've never fucked a coconut. Me neither. I mean, I've eaten coconut. I do like coconut. But, like, coconut I haven't even fucked with coconut oil. Coconut oil smells like Indian food, and I just don't want my fuck to smell like Indian food. Is that just me? Can't be just me, right? I'm gonna change our game category, and we're gonna play this really scary game. There's lots of cinematics and shit in it, and it's scary and beautiful. Has anyone here played Control? It's really scary. I only played a couple minutes of it last night by myself, but it was scary. No, I did not tell the coconut story. We were just comparing it. Oh, Kelty, I would love it. Oh my god. Dude, fuck yes. I would be honored. You know, coconut oil isn't great for your skin. I've read more things about it. Like, it's really moisturizing, but it's almost impossible to wash off all the way. And so, like, if you put coconut oil in your hair and then go in the sun, you're cooking your hair. Your hair is literally frying in the sun because it's like really, really hard to get off your hair afterwards. It's kind of crazy. Coconut oil doesn't smell like coconut. It smells like Indian food to me. Which I love. I just don't want my vagina to smell like Indian food. I thought about going to I almost went to mortuary school. I'm serious. If I like the only reason I didn't do mortuary school was I went on a job shadow and looked more into it, and it's more about profiting on grief. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. Like you're literally when people are at their worst emotional moment ever, you're like, yeah, buy the more expensive coffin for the corpse. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I could, but I couldn't live with myself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I could never. That part was just way too. I would love to help people grieve, but not benefit off of it. It's scary. It's creepy. Yes, it's creepy. I would say it's definitely creepy. For me, like things that are super silent creep me the fuck out of me. So like Subnautica is not a scary game to most people, but that's a game I play during horror season because it scares the shit out of me. It's like that open, dark silence. Ooh, on the needing decoration topic, what type of spooky do you like? What type of spooky? Wait, what are my options? What do you mean? What do you mean, what type of spooky? What you mean? Wait, Kills, is this a riddle? Zeke might like your pussy smelling like Indian food. Maybe, but hamburger stand would work better. Sigmoid Drill, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving an anus swings for 26 fucking months. That's a really long time, and I appreciate you.
Hail the Dank Lord. Yeah.
It's hard to be a successful mortician without an upsell, right? That and you like what I also learned is that most funeral homes and places like that are family owned and they've been open for like hundreds of years. And unless you're part of a family or you can get in on an apprenticeship with someone who doesn't have anyone to hand the business down to, it's bar impossible to open your own mortuary, your own like funeral home and run it and be successful or like, just survive. I don't want to see again, you're just successful off death. Ugh. Like to decorate with what are you like? Horror movie person or standard? Oh, horror movie. Horror movie. Body parts, blood. Yeah. Definitely horror movie. Yep. I wasn't sure what you meant. Like if you meant like cutesy or whatever, I definitely go for the more gory, like yeah. Like think like gothic Victorian with a dash of tuberculosis. That would be my aesthetic, I would say. Yeah. Did you notice my big spider, by the way? I got it at the thrift store. I haven't named it yet, but I love him. Oh my god, I don't have that link anymore and I'm sad about it. I didn't save it on my GoXLR, unfortunately. I gotta get it back. Have you ever heard of that genre, Lizzie? It's called, it's literally like based off of the tuberculosis time, but it's like beautiful horror or something like that, but it's basically like making something beautiful out of someone dying of a horrific disease. Yeah, it's a genre, beautiful horror, something like that. I can't remember what the exact thing is. It's kind of wild though. I mean, if you think like Crimson Peak is a really good example of that, where kind of romantic gothic. Oh man, it just escaped me. But it's like it's romanticizing that wafy, sickly Victorian body that you were smothering yourself in arsenic and you probably had TB or something. I love Crimson Peak. It is a really good movie. Fucking wild, but good. You know, I was looking at Scorn. I added it to my wish list. Is that a pretty good one? I took a genetics class. Genetics are hard, Spuzz. How did you do in that class? I played Vampire last year and enjoyed it. I believe I tried Vampire. The only thing that bugged me about Vampire was like, I tried it on my own time and I got pretty far, but I got to this point where I was just running in circles around the city and I had no idea where to go. And it was like, I would be standing on the mark and it was like, this is where you're supposed to be and nothing would happen. So I just got bored and I quit. Reminded me that I could have ended up a mortician had I really wanted to do, thanks to being close friends with a mort. You could have, if you wanted to benefit off death, which is sad. Don't know how you are on body horror, but you feel like a heavy metal gal. Yeah. I don't know if I would consider I don't know. I have a real hard time giving myself any credit for anything, but I love horror and like I don't know. Have you guys seen my severed arm? Hold on, watch out, bud. I don't want to squish your head. Here's my arm. I have lots of body parts everywhere. Ah! This is one of my most prized possessions because it's an anatomically correct severed arm. It's so sick. It even has all the vasculature so I can show people where arteries and veins are. The hand's a little small, but we'll deal with it. I got a lot. I've got a severed head back there somewhere. I've got a lot of body parts. I'm into it. I've seen it all IRL, so the horror part doesn't really scare me anymore. I find it more fascinating than anything. And like, if there's like, you know, a chintzy body part or a skull that they actually put the effort into making anatomically correct, i.e. veins and arteries, like, kudos. I will buy your thing. That's the shit that I like. Someday I'll have a body. I'll have a whole skeleton. It'll happen. Yeah, Ensville, I feel the same. Like, parts of it were really cool, and parts of it was like, it's just not very good at guiding you what you're supposed to do. Which I spent a lot of time just talking to people I didn't need to talk to over and over and over and over and over, trying to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do. Basically, sad, pale, dark eyes, dark colors, taxidermy. I may not live much longer. Cough, cough. Yes. Thin, meek, long, flowing hair in bed. Yeah. I took an introductory course in genetics, but couldn't listen during the cancer talk, even though I'm super intrigued by the matter. Technically, from a programming point of view, I mean, DNA is like a computer program in itself. It's fucking crazy. Vampire Masquerade's amazing. You know, that was one of the very, very first PC games I ever played as a kid, and I wasn't able to beat it. Bipolar Bear, you're welcome. I took a crash course in genetic issues by just having a couple. Hell yeah. Stop, please. You're being so needy today. Shoo. Shoo. It's not snuggle time. You're just farting. She's so needy today. I love my dog. She's had lots of snuggles. Don't worry. She literally sleeps curled up in any crook of my body all night. Faces of death like death and... I think a fruit fly just landed on my face. Gross. Same. I'd love a death mask. Or like I don't have any real bones or body parts. That'd be really cool. Like a skull. Holy shit. Can you imagine? Allow yourself to be penetrated. And my brain just immediately thought of the large circle of people penetrating each other. Oh. Like a back massage circle, but not. Oh my god, do you want me to pet a flute for you, dude? I can. They're just so annoying. I suppose. Come here, Bill. Or Trick. I'll take one or the other. We need a pupper snuggle. How you doing, Bubba? How you doing? What? He's very quiet. This is my boy. I fought in your general direction to show affection. Oh, bless. Do you think they do? Do you think this is all just like love? Now Bill's here. Now we're getting Bill snugs. We got it all now. It's the farce of love. A fart of love. He's just like, oh, she just farted so much. I heard it. I'm not shitting you. Bill just went brrr, out her asshole. She farts so much. It's wild. They have the same diet. I bought earmuffs for my doggo for fireworks. Oh my god, cute. Does he wear them though? He keeps them on? I'm so lucky. We got our dogs around July, so they were puppies when 4th of July happened, and they got real used to it. Thankfully, they're not really scared. Trick's burying his head. There is a dog here. He absorbs all the light. He's my void. He's hard to see sometimes, huh, bud? Are you gonna attack her for being a bitch? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, guys. What? Those eyebrows. I love her eyebrows so much. Can you see? Can you see with those eyebrows, little lady? Yeah. What? 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 Go get him. Get him. All right, there. All right, right. Dogs heal most things. I don't know what it is, but dogs are just such perfect beings. She is. I mean, she literally will smell like the other day. This is actually pretty funny. We were standing in the kitchen I don't know, doing dishes or cooking dinner or something. And Zach just like bends a little bit and sticks his ass right in her nose and farts. What does she do? Stands up and smells her own asshole. Incredible. You love farting, huh? Yeah. She's just a gassy bitch, man. I think farts are funny, so you're lucky. I just wish yours didn't smell like a dead corpse all the time. Is there a reason? Why do your farts stink? Why do they smell so bad? Why do they smell so bad? Nothing. Mother, are you shaming me in public? Why shame me on the interwebs? Poodles are so weird. It's so funny how quiet they are in here. Because when I take them outside, I mean, they bark and make all these. Oh my God, I forgot to tell Zach. Oh shit, you guys. This morning, a fire truck went by our house, like going to a fire. So the sirens were on. And Lilith howled with the siren. I forgot to tell Zach. I have to tell him. She literally was like, it was the cutest, like, she's never done it before. She was just standing on the back deck and she was at the end of the siren sound. She'd be like, oh, 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 oh. It was so fucking cute. Oh, yeah, it was the first time I've ever seen it. I mean, I've heard all our neighbor dogs howl when sirens go off, but our dogs usually just bark. But I think because the fire truck literally went right past my house on the street, she didn't know what to do. Like, you could tell it was maybe her first time. She was just like, oh, oh, oh. It was so cute. You're cute. Yeah, you're a cute girl. Thank you. You're so doofy. It was precious. I gotta tell Zach, I completely forgot. I also forgot my water in the kitchen, so I'm gonna go grab my water real quick before we start Control. But then we're starting Control. It's really good. And if Zach hasn't started yet, I'm gonna tell him that his girl howled. He's so cute. Thank you. You're just a good girl. All right, I'm going to grab my water real quick. I'll play an ad to get it the fuck out of the way, and then we're going to Control. If you guys haven't played this game or seen it before, it is kind of creepy. But it seems kind of BioShocky. That being said, I have not played before. I played like 5 minutes last night. That was it. I've never played the game before. I have no idea what's going on. No spoilers. None. None. I will come down on you. I do not like them. Sam, I am. I do not like them. I will bop your ass. Just shut your mouth. Unless I ask. Seriously ask. Not just facetiously screaming at the universe. You know what I'm saying? Same, Zaquarion. I've had this game since it came out, and I've never played it. I was telling people that this morning. I have hundreds of games I've never played. And so last night when I was looking for horror games, I self-shopped. I just shopped my own Steam because I have so many games I've never played. Chronicle. Thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the classy alive and giving an anus swings with that Prime sub. Good reminder. Do not forget to use your Prime subs. That is not me shilling out. You have to use them here. But every time you don't use your Prime sub that you get no matter what and you're paying for if you have an Amazon Prime account, you're firmly tucking a $5 bill into the greasy, crusty, mysteriously damp G-string of Jeff Bezos, who makes $8 million a minute. So maybe find someone who could use the $5. Thank you. I love you. That's been my PSA for the day. Wash your hands. pee after self-loving. I'll be right back. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back. I'm nervous for control, but I'm excited. Let's do. Hello, it is me. I am bitch-ass. It's the juice. Allow yourself to be penetrated. Why? No. I thought I saved the link to that. I was going to try to play it again, but I don't have it. Boo! Don't Google penetrate yourself. That's all I have to say about that. Wait, speaking of Jeff Bezos, look at this incredible thing. What? I'm gonna let you guys metabolize that. Just read it real quick. Oh, dude, thank you. I didn't even think about that, Glut. Thanks for being smarter than me. I'm a dumbass. Appreciate you. I need to get the sound back. I can't believe I didn't save it on my GoXLR like a fucking idiot. Anyways, you're welcome. What, though? Is that real? It's an Amazon Basics Holy Bible with a foreword by Jeff Bezos. What the fuck? Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Come on, babe, put your back into it. Look at you now. Fucking suck it, fuck their wives, drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get 'em. It's just so fitting. The scream is my favorite. Cheers. Bo Burnham should be protected at all costs. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Anyways. Amateurs can fucking suck it, fuck their wives, drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get 'em. I was trying to open my fucking DMs and it wasn't it wouldn't let me full screen the video. Thank you for giving me that link. I don't know why it was doing that, but I got it. Thank you. That's where the scream would be. I accidentally played the extended version. My bad. Anyways, that was beautiful. That was gorgeous. What a fucking surreal of experience, though, for real. I felt, I mean, not near as exciting. Well, to me, it kind of was. I sat next to Terry Crews at that awards ceremony, and that was a similar feeling. Like, I would kind of forget he was there, and then I would catch him in the corner of my eye and be like, am I in a movie? No, I'm not in a movie. Am I in every 15 minutes, it was very surreal, because I don't feel like I should be in the company of those people. You know? It's very weird. I didn't talk to him. I mean, I'm such a shy person, IRL. Like, we had assigned seating. It's not like I got to choose. I was just seated next to him. But it was fucking surreal. It was, because I've seen him in so many movies. Speaking of Camacho, I've seen him in so many things. I've laughed at him. I've watched all his interviews. Like, I really like Terry Crews, and I was just like, this is I didn't know what to say. I had nothing to offer.
I'm gay. Now Jill 567 tipped $69.69. I used to date a girl with a lazy eye. It turns out she was seeing someone else the whole time.
God damn it. Satan bless you for such an enormous tip to my stream. Thank you very much for your support, but what the fuck? This is a good one, but fuck you. Kills is on a rampage. Kills, it'll be okay. Maybe. Oh man, the dad jokes last night were great. I was living for it. All right, let me start the game. Let me make sure we got volume there. We got the game volume up. I have a Black Widow on my desk. I forgot. Okay. Hey, I mean, we've got pretty fucking cool emotes. Yeah. Oh, streamer mode. Got to remember that too. Thank you. I'm opening the game. I need to pee. We need to take a break. We've been sitting for a while. I didn't realize it. This game is amazing. I'm very much enjoying this. Let's take a quick break. Stand up, stretch your dicks, get some water. I've been chugging this thing. Get a beverage, load a bowl, do what you need to do. Yeah, blow your nose. Wash your hands after self-loving, all of the above, and I'll be back in just a few. Waifu number 1, directed to Emily. You know who she reminds me of? What's her name? I can't remember the actress's exact name, but she is the blonde in Euphoria who has like the big, beautiful, very sad eyes and just the most luscious natural boobies I've ever seen in my life. Are you old enough to remember? Are you old enough? Thank you. Pustulant, bless your heart. Fucking bless it. That's all I have to say to that. Seriously, bless your heart. Yeah. Maybe. No? Wait. How do I seem younger? How do I answer that? Oh, man. Who's Mr. Rogers? Disfusional has just raided us. Welcome, Disfusional and Raiders. I hope your stream was wonderful. Raiders, I hope you treated your streamer with the love and respect they deserve. How the fuck are you? We were literally just about to take a break, which honestly, if you're coming in from a raid, you're probably ready to stand up and pee your pants too. But we're playing this amazing game for the start of spooky season, and it's amazing and spooky. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't want those scary guys to touch me. I don't know. I don't get anything wet. What's a lemon? Someday we're going to wrap that. I'm going to get Megan Lanius to work with me on it. Someday. What's a lemon? I don't know. I don't get anything wet. It's going to be incredible. It could be even a double entendre with, like, you know, that, like, erotic asphyxiation and how some of the people have lemons they think is going to save them from suffocation. I don't know. We could get real weird with it. Chronicle, have you ever seen the show Euphoria? I just want to, before I leave, I don't want to, like, leave. Yes, Sydney Sweeney. Thank you. Sydney Sweeney. She's been in a lot of other things. I was just trying to think of, like, what's her biggest performance. She's probably the most famous for right now is Euphoria. But that's what the blonde chick in the game reminds me of. She has those same, like, almost like Marilyn Monroe eyes. They're very, like, sad, but not, like, not sad. Like, just a little downturned. I don't know. They're gorgeous. She's beautiful. I'm not hating. But that's who she reminds me of. Next time when we get back in game, I think we're going to talk to her. I think there's a lot of, like, questions I can ask her, dialogue and stuff. Just watch her. Like, she kind of has the same, just beautiful eyes, different. Euphoria is wild. Massive trigger warning for anyone that's had substance abuse issues or suicidal ideation or attempts or any of the above. Like, it is a wild ride, but the soundtrack's incredible and everyone does a really good job in it. It's phenomenally done. Like really hardcore phenomenally done. Disfusional, thank you very much. You were doodling in chat and fuck yeah. Did you have a good time? I'm kind of like, I think I'm gonna pee a lot today just because this game is so scary. Just for me. Everyone's like, it's not scary. It's like whatever. Gore doesn't scare me. But creepy silence and like these twitchy like things coming at me, no, absolutely not. That is one thing in horror movies. What do we call it? We called it it's like the stutter when they're like that kind of, I don't know, man. It gets me. I can't stand it. Yes, I did not cancel this Monday, but I can by midnight tonight. Nope. You want to take my phone and do the order? You can edit a box right now if you're doing your sponsor thing. Oh, okay. Cool. Anyways, sorry. What? Yeah. Make sure there's something good in it. Yes. Creepy and spoopy. Yeah, it's the atmosphere. It's the atmosphere that like makes my heart rate like higher than normal. But it's good. I like it. It's not too much. And I'm glad I'm playing it with stream because you guys are great. And it's way less scary when there's like I can like, mentally check out and talk to chat about it and stuff. Whereas you can see how playing this alone, like some of the wobbly like guys, that glitchy shit. Ugh. Well, I'm trying to think. There's a movie called, I think it was one of the ones that came out in the early 2000s. There was like House on Haunted Hill and then The Haunting, I think it was just called, or The Haunting of Hill House. There was two different movies. One was like, about a lady who went in and wanted to adopt ghost baby children, and one was like the hotel used to be an insane asylum, and the ghosts that were tortured are now there to murder everyone that's staying there. That one, there's a scene where I think it's the reporter goes into the basement with a camera, and when she's looking through her video camera, she sees, creepy, like, the stuttering guys coming down a hallway, but when she puts it down, she doesn't see him. And then when she puts it up, they're way closer, and they're like, that kind of, like a early 2000s Marilyn Manson concert. I mean, a music video, like that kind of, without good music. Although, fuck that guy, right? Not in the cool way. House of Wax. I loved that movie. That movie scared the shit out of me. It was gross. House on Haunted Hill. That's the asylum one. Thank you. I mix them up all the time, but that one's legitimately scary. I think it had Catherine Zeta-Jones. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, that was the other one. The other one had Catherine Zeta-Jones. This one had, oh God, what's her name? A beautiful woman. She has brown hair. She's an actress in lots of paranormal stuff. She's fucking great. I cannot think of her name. She's so good though. Fuck. She was in, oh, that's gonna bother me. It's like on the tip of my dick. I can see her face. She was Phoenix. She was the Phoenix. She was the first Phoenix in the movies, right? In the X-Men movies. I believe it was, yeah. Yes! Famke. That's why I never remember her name. I think I pronounced it totally wrong. Her. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I guess her name's not Phoenix. Jean Grey. I should have said Jean Grey. The one who plays Jean Grey. From GoldenEye. Thank you. Yes. I was struggling so hard. I was stuck on one reference I was trying to pull out of my ass. She is like a kind of weird vampire mom in this mini series that's on Netflix that was really corny and I couldn't get through all of it, but she was in it and she was great and hot, and my brain was just in a loop of like, what is that called? Is it like Hawthorne Grove or Claw My Dick Off? I don't fucking know what the name of it was. My brain is stuck on a loop now. I'm gonna have to Google that on break. Anyways, let's take a pee break and return. But if you haven't seen any of those movies, they're great. They're creepy. I mean, I watch all the shit horror in the world. I'm not too picky about what kind of horror I dip my dick into. If it's not like the only ones I really back out of are the ones where it's like a sex scene every 10 seconds. If I want to watch porn, I'll watch porn. There are other vulnerable places you can get someone naked. It doesn't always have to be teenagers fucking in a cabin. You know what I'm saying? We already got Jason. We're good. Hemlock Grove. Thank you. Holy shit. What did I say? Let's not say it again. Hemlock Grove. It was decent. It was very corny, but it was decent. And she was great in it, though. She was hot as fuck. And I liked their spin on vampirism, for lack of a better term. They weren't your classic vampires. They did not call themselves vampires. And the way they become vampires was very weird. But it's kind of an interesting show if you want to give it a chance. And it has the new Pennywise kid in it. Skarsgård. The Skarsgård son? Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was just like there were parts of it that were just so even cornier than I can take. And I fucking love like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't know what it is. Sometimes maybe it's just terrible acting and I'm trying not to be mean. I'm not an actor. I feel like I have no room to judge. But I didn't like it. Bill Skarsgård, thank you. I like the older one that was in True Blood. This one, meh, he's alright. Sorry. Poulsbo is weird. Why were you in Poulsbo? The only reason people go to Poulsbo is because their kids are going to WSU. Or you have a farm. Why? I'm genuinely curious. Just driving, because is your wife from that area? Like, or probably through it? I want to smoke about it. I have to drive later. Boo. Like a long drive? Because it's all the Norwegian shit. There's pockets of that all over the U.S. Like, Norwegians came here and really held on to... There's something in there's a... It's Norwegian. It's like... I want to say it's Norwegian. It's a little Scandinavian, like, town. I think it's called Georgetown. And it's in the mountains. Like, I can get there in, like, 30 minutes. It's beautiful. I go there all the time and take my dogs to the dog park because it's gorgeous. It's, like, in the mountains. But it was... I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was founded by a very small community of Scandinavian people, and I want to say it was Norwegian, but I might be totally wrong. I can't remember. I haven't been there in a bit. But the architecture and shit, there's still original architecture. Like, they literally came over and built the same shit, but it's old school. It's not like touristy, you know? It's like on the old buildings and stuff. It's kind of cool. But I've noticed that everywhere I've gone, there's little pockets of where people from just Scandinavia in general came and, like, really held on to culture. And, like, there's a place in, sorry, I can't think with that music. Stop the rapping. It's a good song. Linden, I think it's called. Linden in Washington. It's Western Washington. It's, like, way up near the Canadian border. And it is a Dutch community that still to this day, there are restaurants that have been around for like 100 years that still serve like really legit Dutch, like not very many people, usually really old Dutch people go to eat there and that's about it. But I like that shit. I like to try weird food, so I'm into it. It's delicious, but it's very culturally on point from what I hear. And the whole town very much holds on to like this Dutch heritage. They have acres and acres and acres of tulips they grow every year. And I guess they're a huge provider of tulips. Not the biggest provider, obviously, but they're a huge provider. It's just bizarre. I have pictures of myself in these tulip fields, and they look like they go forever. They go to the edge of the mountains, the tulip fields, in different colors, and they do daffodils and stuff like that. And then they hybrid them and make the crazy looking tulips and stuff. But it's not strange and bad. It's just like, oh wow, we're in a different place now. Or like, oh god, what's the Leavenworth, not the prison. There's a town in Washington. You might have actually, if you've driven from west to east, if you've like flown into SeaTac and driven over, have you ever gone through Leavenworth? I've been to I had gone to Leavenworth when I lived in Washington. I went every single year with my grandma and my aunts for Christmas around the Christmas time, and we would go like it was just like a tradition. Nothing to do with Christmas, just to go there for funsies. We didn't go for the Oktoberfest or anything because that's just a college fest of alcohol nonsense. But we used to go there all the time, and we would like, if I explained it to you before, I would say, like, "Oh, it's like a fakesy, folksy Austrian town." Like, they, like, if you live there, you have to build a house that looks like legit Austrian architecture. You have to apply the McDonald's there looks exactly like all the other buildings. Like, you cannot look like a unique business. They have the M on the McDonald's, but it looks like the cool I can't think of what that's called, the, like, carved wood that kinda overhangs where the, gutters would be. I can't think of what that's called, but it's gorgeous, and they have red carnations growing in every flower box. And then I went to Austria, and I was like, "Oh, it's not cheapsy and folksy. They quite legitimately copy and pasted. It is so well done, and it's on point. Like, Leavenworth's gorgeous, and it is beautiful. I think it's technically considered Eastern Washington. I think it's on the east side of the mountains, technically. Because they do get snow and stuff. They're not part of the west side. They're in the mountains, though, if you cross the pass. It's a really cool place to go, though. I mean, it's just fun to visit. They do have an insane Oktoberfest every year, as you would, and it attracts all the college students from UW, and it ends up like a crime fest. I wouldn't go there during that time. You won't be able to even get through the town because the traffic's so horrific. But any other time, it's fun to go. There's good food, like, really good. Like, when I went to Austria, like, legit went to Austria, and I had the schnitzel, and I was like, "Oh, shit. They did it right." Like, it's legit. They don't it's not, like, Americanized, I guess you could say. Like, and there's, like, a town ordinance on it, and I think it's because some old way back in the day, an older community came and settled it, and they just kept it that way, but it's really fun. We used to go all the time. I'll be back. Gotta go and keep my dad company while he waits for the nursing service. Also, my geography's shit. My wife is definitely from Western Washington, not even a little central. No, it's totally cool. Honestly, like, so here, let me pull up a lot. I'll show you if you're from Washington, and your wife can probably totally attest to this. I'll show you in my mind, like, when I talk Western Washington, where I'm cutting the state off. Uh, I'll pull up one that looks like the one that they gave those poor migrants. Just kidding. I mean, that's no. Do this. Okay, this is decent. So, this is Washington State. And here's Seattle. Right on the coast, right on the coast, right on the Puget Sound. This is the Puget Sound. Whenever I talk about, like, tide pools and stuff, it's all these little islands and all this shit. This is where tide pools are. So when I think Washington State, it stops about at Concrete, I would say. Once you reach Concrete, which is actually a town that was what was it called? Boy, just a boy or a boy, the boy. What was that fucking video? What was that movie? It had Robert De Niro in it, and it had a really young Leonardo DiCaprio. Fuck, it's a good move. It's a good book. The movie is crazy hard to watch. I cannot remember the fucking name of it, but it was filmed there. Anyways, I would cut it off probably there, or like Marble Mount. And then the rest is Eastern Washington, and like in here, wherever Okanagan County. This is like Central Washington. In my mind, like that's it. So whenever I talk about Washington, I'm always like, yeah, like the western, like, third or maybe fourth, if we're being not so generous. The western fourth of the state is where all the people are. And if you're wondering where Katie grew up, right there. Good old Kettle Falls. In the middle of fucking nowhere. And I had to take my fucking SATs in Republic. About a Boy. Adam Scar's got it. About a Boy. Yes. No, it is. It's about a boy. It's not, I think it's that old. I think it is about a boy. No, I think you're totally right. I think you're totally right. I mean, it is it's like a, like pubescent, Leonardo DiCaprio. Not like super young. Probably around like Gilbert Grape age, I would assume. Kitsap in Mason County is my sometimes haunts. I was raised in this Stevens County area, which is nutters, middle of fucking nowhere. But yeah, so it's totally cool. Washington doesn't make sense. Like, it runs as a blue state. Everybody thinks of Washington as being super liberal, but honestly, 3/4 of the state is insanely red. Not that I agree with that, but it is. It's just that all the Microsoft and the Amazon money are clustered around the Everett, Redmond, Seattle ball of hell. Thanks to COVID, it may be a long time before I willingly go into a large gathering anytime soon. I mean, I haven't even got COVID and I don't want to. You know, Chronicle, have you ever been to Oktoberfest in Germany anywhere? Like the legit one? I did, and I wouldn't go again. That's the only reason I ask. Washington State is it's just so big. I think any big state, it's kind of like California. Like people think of California as just Californians from like Long Beach, but it's huge. California is so diverse. So, no, it's totally cool. The only reason I ask, so when I went, I had no idea. I didn't do any like I didn't even know we were just going to Germany and Austria as like a trip. I had no idea that I mean, we didn't do it on purpose that it was going to be during Oktoberfest. So we were like, we'll just drive into the city for the day and check it out because we'd never seen it before. Daytime Oktoberfest is kind of okay in my opinion. Like if you go in the morning, because it's like local hops farmers have their stands and they have like wreaths made of hops plants and you can buy fresh beer and like it's more the like country fair feeling. You can buy like arts and crafts and there's cool like stuff like that. But once it hits like 6 p.m., it's just vomit. I have photos of piles of vomit that were almost a foot tall. Like piles. Just vomit and trash and so much it's so gross. It's a fucking shite show and a half. I don't know what else to say about it. And that's no hate on Germany. Germany was a goddamn blast. I want to go back so bad. My mom's in Germany right now and I hate her so much. She's in Munich with friends and she just keeps texting me pictures. I'm like, ha, fuck you. Ugh, I want to go back so bad, but I would never go to Oktoberfest again. It was like the carnival to end all carnivals. That's what it reminded me of. The food is amazing, but everywhere. You can get amazing food anywhere. Doesn't have to be during Oktoberfest. It's fucking everywhere. Munchin! My mom's in Munchin. She's actually in Grey Now, if you know that city. She's in Grey Now right now, but they're like home base is Munchin. But do you guys remember I told you when I stayed in Grey Now, there was that really cool church with the gravestones that every morning if you woke up like at dawn, like when it was still kind of dark out, you'd see the little red lights flickering. My mom is in that town right now and she sent me pictures of those graves. Jealous. She was like, "Look familiar," and I'm just like, why do you hate me? I think they went to the daytime Oktoberfest because she packed her dirndl. When I went to Munich, that's when I learned the only German phrase I know. Ich spreche kein Deutsch. Oh, that's good. Is it kein? Ich spreche kein? I don't know any. I'm very un poquito on the German scale. I picked up a lot of it when I was there, but once I left, it was gone. I speak no German. My mom does speak German. She took like her high school was her schools she went to. It was a parochial school, and so they were all connected. So she started taking German in like middle school. So she got a good 6 years of German under her belt, and then she went to Germany when she was in college. So she can actually like speak fair German. She gets around pretty well. Kine? I'm not so I didn't pronounce it totally terribly. Thank you. Thank you for being kind. I really loved Munchin too. Munchin's a beautiful city. It's just during our like for instance, I think I showed you guys the pictures. We went to the Oktoberfest parade on the first day. And all it is it's very cool. It's not like a parade in the States. It's not like our stupid like, oh, our kids get to ride on a float. It's like all of the breweries that are going to be featured at Oktoberfest and have their own tents where you can pay to have a seat in the tent and just like drink yourself retarded. I hate that word. I'm so sorry I used it. Drink yourself into a lush stupor. Apologize. I'm still trying to write that word out of my personal lexicon. You can pay to be in these tents. So if you've ever seen pictures of like all dressed up in their dirndls and their lederhosen with the huge stein of beer and they're like in a white tent, you have to pay the brewery or be part of the family or have a ticket. And usually people buy a ticket to those tents like 3 years in advance. Correct me if I'm wrong, sales. Stupid. Thank you. Shit-faced. All of the above. I do not like the only place that word has a place is in chemistry if we're talking about like flame retardant. Other than that, it's a stupid word and I apologize for using it. still trying to get it out. Always call me on it. If I don't catch it myself, call me. But yeah, you pay like 3 years in advance, and I don't think it's too bad. The tickets aren't like really, really expensive. I don't remember. We didn't pay for them. But if you don't have a ticket to the tent, you're just in a sardine mash of the vomit trash and very drunk teenagers fingering each other. It's so alarming. For someone that's a shut-in like myself that likes to read books in the quiet, it was a lot. I also had food poisoning. Food was still good, though. I ate everywhere. Anyways, Control. Well, terrible or wonderful timing. I don't fucking know, but it's time to take a break and stand up and stretch your legs anyways, which is probably good before we dive into another intense, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. This game's dope! What is going on? Still have no idea, and I think that's what's keeping me going. It's great. But what? Yes, it's so mysterious, but I love it. It gives me a lot of vibes from Umbrella Academy. The briefcase people, the people that can like hop through time and space and all the shit with the briefcases. It gives me that feeling for some reason. I don't know. I'm not alone, right? Excuse me. Bless. I'm thinking it's intentional. It feels so drastically polarized the way we come out of these cutscenes and she acts like a different person, but I don't know. So I don't know. Armored briefcases for real, though. Lard on a dick. Wait till you play game's DLC. I hope I have it. I don't know. It doesn't matter, though. The game's going to take a bit. I think people say it usually takes at least a week to finish this game because it's so, like, there's so much lore and shit to get through. So I don't think it's a really quick game, but that's okay. It's not even October. That's why I wanted to start early. I was looking at some of the games I super wanted to play with you guys, and some of them are really big games, and I was like, fuck. I can't do that in 1 month. So fuck it. Spooky goes all the way to January 1st, by the way, if you didn't know. Not a quick game. I like that, though. I like reading all the lore. Like, there's so many little tidbits and shit. Wait. I'm waiting. I'm not leaving right away. You good? What games are on the docket? Like, horror games? Can I alt-tab out of this game, or will it act fucky? Let me think if I can think of one. Mortuary Assistant. Into the Forest, I think it's called, is one of them. I'm so bad with names, Alki. You know this. I'm terrible at names. I'm the worst at remembering names of anything. Mortuary Assistant for sure, though. I'm real excited to play that one. Oh, also, I want to finish Resident Evil. There's one other one that looks, I mean, literally the title screen or whatever, the cover of the game looks exactly like Into the Forest, and it's on my Steam, and I just can't remember the name of it. But they look, I mean, I've got so many lined up. I'm really excited. And I've got already, how many? Like 4 different makeup looks I'm super excited for. Yeah, I've got a couple of different, like, special effects. One of them I think I told you guys about. It's like it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but his nose shorts out. So I'm gonna like I'm gonna do like dead deer teeth and like the skull part coming up my face. And then I got this like sugar crystal that looks like shards of glass, and I'm gonna like glue it into my skin so it looks like the nose exploded and implanted, you know? And I got some like whiteout contacts to make me look like I'm dead. I'm excited. I'm excited. That one I'm very stoked for. I'm gonna do a local one. I don't think Eliza's heard anything from her shelter. So Scott told me about a shelter that I don't think he's gotten a dog from it, but it's a local shelter between him and I that I'm just gonna do a private charity for and play Stray. But that's on the spooky list as well. Thank you for reminding me. Stray's also up there. I don't know if it's a spooky game, but it feels like it has like that dark, groovy, like jazzy vibe that will be like a breather between these games like this that give me kind of palpitations. I'm such a poon. I don't know why this shit makes me just like, and it doesn't stop. But it's like crazy, the dark. But yeah, Stray's on the list as well. That one's downloaded and installed. Man, I'll have to write them down after stream, and then I can actually tell. But they're good. I mean, they're all games I haven't played before, and I think that's the most fun part. Like before, I've always mixed in a game or two that I've played, like Outlast. Like, those are some of my favorite horror games, and usually I just can't find any games to actually scare myself with. Like, we've played all the Amnesia games, and we've played Alien and all those. I've just gone through the gambit, so it's hard to find ones that are actually scary, but these ones, I've read the reviews. The reviews look decent. They're not insanely long. This one and probably Resident Evil are the two longest. Because it's interactive, unlike movies. I mean, word. The Forest. I think that's one of them. It's like Into the Forest or The Forest. I can't remember the exact title. They all have like really similar, like, like that aqua green background with a black silhouette of trees and like a couple people with axes or something. They all have the exact same fucking cover to their game. And I'm very visual. I'm terrible at this. I cannot remember the names, but I'll look at them, I promise. I don't want to alt tab out of the game though. I'm afraid control will fart because that's usually what games do when you alt tab, but we'll see. I have The Forest is where you crash land. Oh, is that the first person survival? Okay, no, then the one I'm talking about is different. It's a first person one, but it's more of a story horror game. And I think you go to like a haunted mansion or something and there's a witch that wants to eat you. I don't fucking know. I try not to look too much into the story because I don't want to ruin it. I just look at the reviews and make sure they're okay. But I'll look at them. Anyways, break time. Stretch your dicks. Get water. Load a bowl. Do what you need to do. I'll be back in a few. Magoo. Enjoy the music. Or don't. Whatever. And I just broke a nail. Hold on. I gotta file it. If I don't, I'll pick it off. Can't do it. Welcome back, everybody. It got chilly. Dude, mountain weather, I forget sometimes how fast it can change. Because in the summer, it just stays generally hot. But then once the cold hits, it's so fast. It's wild. Ew. I jammed it in a door. It's fine. Yeah, I have played that survival one. The survival cannibal one. And it's fun. It's not very... It's more... I played it with Eliza and, like, Glut and a group of people. And it felt more silly than scary to me. Those kind of survival games where, like, zombies come rushing at me don't really scare me as much. They're fun. I like a survival game, but honestly, I'd just take the zombies out. I'm kind of over zombies. They're a cute idea, but they're just a little overdone. Like, have vampires jump at me and suck on me like leeches. That'd be fun. Know what I mean? Burn. I do watch Euphoria. I love that show. It's so scary. I mean, I love it. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's very, very well done. It's hard to watch, but it's really well done. My earbud got pushed on a little too far. I've played World War Z. I mean, honestly, Elk, that's kind of how I started getting into shooter games. I started with DayZ way back in the fucking day, like the original DayZ off the Arma build. And I played the fuck out of that game. I loved it so much. And then I played a shit ton of Left 4 Dead and those ones. And I played so many zombie games. I just kind of like, come at me with a different horde of things. At least Resident Evil changes it up a little bit. Not that it's hordes, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.